Good evening, everyone, and welcome to Tiger Stadium in Eufaula, Alabama, as the Eufaula Tigers host the Faith Academy Rams out of Mobile in tonight's second-round playoff game in Class 5A. Both teams come into tonight's game 8-3 on the season, both fresh off of victories, easy victories last week. Eufaula, of course, 65-19, a game in which they got out to a 62-0 lead in the first half, actually halfway through the second quarter, and cruised on to a lopsided victory. Faith last week hosted Elmore County, and they won that game 31-7, bringing up tonight's rematch between these two teams. Of course, last year it was a first-round game between the Tigers and the Rams. It was a tightly contested game that the Rams ended up winning 21-15 on their way to the state semifinals, where they ultimately lost to Charles Henderson. And but the Rams had a great year last year, finishing 11-3, and of course they're 8-3 tonight. Eufaula comes in 8-3 as well. Eufaula with two losses, two upper class schools, a 7A loss to Enterprise to open up the season, then a loss to 6A Pike Road, who's also a playoff team, both of those playoff teams in their respective categories, and a loss on the road at Charles Henderson. Charles Henderson continues to have the kryptonite for Eufaula, as Eufaula has dropped the last 2 years to Charles Henderson. Charles Henderson, of course, on the road at Gulf Shores tonight. But we will take a timeout while they play the national anthem. We'll be back with more pregame comments after this.
Of all the improvements you can make to your home, it could be the most important is not seen or heard, only felt. The ultra-quiet, energy-efficient Carrier Infinity Home Comfort System provides premium comfort with a whole home air purifier that gives you confidence you're breathing healthier air. It's an essential part of any healthy home.
Hey Tiger fans, Daniel Pulley here, your local Chick-fil-A Eufaula owner-operator. We are so excited to be the official sponsor of the weekly Eufaula Tiger Coaches Show for the 2022 football season. Join us for the live show at Chick-fil-A Eufaula every Thursday starting at 6 p.m. Our incredible team is ready to serve you. And don't forget, eat more chicken.
Stephen W. Bryan, candidate for Barber County Commission, District 2, is a big supporter of Eufaula Tiger football. Stephen lives, works, worships, and shops in our county, and his motto is, I am here. He plans to be accessible to the people of his district and will share his personal email and phone numbers. Stephen says, I ultimately will answer my God for the choices I make and take that seriously. I will be teachable, respectful, genuine, a man of integrity, and above board in every decision I make for the betterment of the whole of Barber County. Paid for by the Friends of Stephen W. Bryan for County Commission. Precision Body Works is a state-of-the-art collision facility dedicated to providing customers with outstanding service and a quality repair experience. We have been serving Eufaula and the surrounding areas for over 20 years and have earned a reputation as being a premier collision repair center. Precision Body Works uses environmentally friendly PPG water-based paint and also offers 24-hour record service as well as top-of-the-line accessories from such brands as Cam Locker, Ranch Hand, Retrax, Weston, and WeatherTech. We are located at 1210 North Eufaula Avenue or call us at 334-687-4700. When it's football time, we at First Franklin Financial are big fans of our local teams, just like you. We've been part of the community for over 75 years, and when you need money for repairs or emergencies, we'll help you play offense. We offer fixed-rate loans up to $15,000 with easy payment plans and fast approvals. Visit 1ffc.com to find the location near you. Legal, all loan terms and applicable APRs depend on meeting our underwriting and income criteria for the loan size requested and may require collateral. Georgia Residential Mortgage License number 5656.
With the world changing all around us, everyone needs to be covered by insurance. So give Eric Glover with the Glover Agency a call and talk with Eric about auto, home, life, or last week's football game. Whatever your insurance needs, let Eric talk to you about being covered. The Glover Agency is located at 145 East Broad Street, Eufaula, Alabama. Call 334-687-0358.
Benny Whitehead Incorporated has called Eufaula home since 1965. Today, the family-owned business owns and operates 119 tractors and trailers and employs over 150 people. Benny Whitehead is nationally known as a leader in safety and keeping the air clean and fuel consumption low. Benny Whitehead Incorporated loves Eufaula and would like to wish Lakeside and Eufaula safe and successful seasons.
39 on Facebook over here.
Okay.
It's always different.
27 on YouTube.
Somebody cannot come to us, we go to them. It's something that we do on a regular basis, something we don't mind doing, and we work on a contingency basis.
No one has to pay us any money up front.
They do not have to pay us unless we collect for them, unless we are successful in resolving their case through a settlement or through trial.
They don't have to pay us any money unless we get favorable results for them. If you're hurt in a car wreck, call Penn and Seaborn. It won't cost you anything to see if we can help.
No representation is made that the quality of the legal services to be performed is greater than the quality of legal services performed by other lawyers.
Back at Tiger Stadium, we're counting down the kickoff between the Rams and the Tigers. About 9 minutes and 20 seconds to go before kickoff tonight's game. As we said, Faith Academy, a typical well-coached private school team out of the Mobile area. Of course, you've got UMS Wright, St. Paul's, McGill, Tulane, to name a few. And Faith, no different. They have the longtime coach down there, Jack French, who has won 314 games coming into tonight's game. His overall record between Mississippi and Alabama is 314, 139, and 0. He's winning at about a 70% clip. Pretty good. His Alabama record is 118 and 54, so he is sitting right around that 70% mark for his entire career on both sides of the state line. And he's been at Faith Academy now for, this is his 6th year. His record at Faith Academy is pretty good. His first year was 18, went 6-5, 11-1 in 19, 12-2 in 2020, 7-5 in 21, 11-3 as we mentioned last year, 8-3 this year. But if you add that up, they've averaged going to about the third round of the playoffs every year that Coach French has been there. So tough task for the Tigers tonight, but it is a rematch of last year's first round game, and the Tigers with an opportunity to even their record overall with Faith Academy at one game apiece. The captains for tonight's game are going to be Aurelia Slaughter. It'll be LaKeviante Pugh. It'll be Lamons, Kevion Lamons, and it'll be Jaquavius Moss for the Tigers. We're still waiting the captains for Faith Academy. Eufaula going to be in all red uniforms once again tonight. Red pants, red jerseys with white numerals and white stripes around the shoulders. Red headgear.
Well, I'm sorry we couldn't order up a little colder weather. I was looking at the cheerleaders lined up for Faith out there tonight. They got their boggin headbands on and long pants sweatshirts. But I would say, Keith, I don't know, what is it? Probably 70 degrees. It's
just pleasant. It's not cold at all. The high today, of course, in Eufaula was approaching the mid 70s. So it probably will dip into the 60s during the course of the game tonight, but certainly not inclement weather at all.
Captains for Faith, we did not get a roster from them. Looks like 5. I think it's 7. We'll wait till they turn when they get on the far side of the field.
Some really good looking athletes for Faith who are looking down the skill positions. Edwin King is their starting running back. He is just a junior this year. Played in this game last year. He's 5'11", 215. He is the starting running back for them. They're kind of their do everything is Taneen, and I'm not certain I'm pronouncing that right. Tynean. Taneen Goodwill is a senior. He plays wide receiver on offense and plays safety on defense. 6'3", 190 pounds. An outstanding athlete. He scored multiple touchdowns against Eufaula last year. Starting quarterback for Faith, Jarrett Daughtry. He is a senior, 6'4", 180 pounds. Faith has a pretty balanced attack. They run the ball well. They also have a pretty good aerial attack as well. So
5, 7, 11, and 14, and Keith's able to pull up a roster online, so he'll give you the names of Faith as we go along here tonight. Hate trying to do them without a roster, but we'll manage and make do.
So Jacoy Stabler, a senior, 5'11", 185. Goodwill that we already mentioned, 6'3", 190. The starting quarterback, the senior Jarrett Daughtry, 6'4", 180. And I think you said, did you say 14? Yes, 14. Bryson Hearn, he is a 6 foot, 155 pound senior. Faith Academy, all white uniforms tonight, white pants, white jerseys. I guess you'd say maroon numerals and maroon headgears with the ram horns on the side. So,
all right, we're still 5 minutes on the game clock. I thought was fixing to have the coin toss, but I think they're letting the clock run down a little bit, or maybe they're waiting on Eufaula to come out. Eufaula's not ready to run through the sign yet, and Faith has not left the dressing room apparently yet. So as soon as we say that, they start coming out on both ends behind the sign. So both teams will be coming out on the field in a moment. I've seen more instruction from officials when on the Faith side and our side tonight to the captains tonight. Of course, it's officials that have not called for either team. I'm not sure where they're out of. I didn't ask earlier tonight. And as you know, this will be we'll wind up showing the scoreboard and everything. If you want live video, you have to go to NFHS, which I don't think the audio is working on there tonight. Where will be audio only. That's all the state will let us do. I know we'll get asked 100 times while we're not showing the game, and that is why, during the playoffs, we do not show the games. We can only do with the audio. We will show you coaches and cheerleaders and things like that, but we cannot show live action, just so you know. Let's go down, as we're down 3.5 minutes before we start here. Let's go down and talk to John Wayne on the sideline and find out what it feels like down there tonight. John Wayne, it's a big Faith group over there. Big old boys lined up. Are we ready?
I think we're ready. The Tigers seem to be full of energy over there behind the sign. They just like they're chomping at the bit, but horse at a race show. And Mr. Mitchell's over here on the bicycle getting warmed up. He's been doing some high stepping, so I think he's going to be ready to go when the offense hits the field.
All right, we're going to let you give us a play-by-play of the coin toss.
Okay, I'm going to pull off one ear where I can hear.
And while we wait,
both sides are shaking hands, and Mr. Official's waiting to give his instructions to him.
4 degrees, and it's going to drop to 63, but be 64 by 10 o'clock. So that's about what we're going to have, 64 degrees.
He congratulated both teams on making the playoffs. He's showing the heads and showing the tails. Number 11 called heads. Going flips. And it's tails. Eufaula will be receiving the ball.
John Wayne, real quick, I know somebody asked us last week, the field looks immaculate for it to be this late.
The field
here.
It is immaculate. Coach talked a little bit about it last night that Mr. Dunston will be out here when the game's over, running that lawnmower again, picking up all the loose grass. But this field to be almost Thanksgiving is still green and it's still lush and it's ready for a good game of football. And I think we're going to see one tonight.
Now, is it cut? It appears to be cut low. I mean, it's not.
Yes, sir.
Low. Yeah,
it's very low, so it's probably very fast.
Well, good deal. We appreciate it, John Wayne. We'll check back with you in just a little bit.
Yes, sir. Go Tigers.
And Doug, Faith, as we talked about, they have good size on the line of scrimmage, good size in the skill position. Don't expect them to make a lot of mistakes. However, in the loss to Gulf Shores, they had several turnovers. They had one that was a turnover for points. It was a pick six, and that was the difference in the game last year between Eufaula and Faith. They had a pick six against Eufaula, an interception they returned for a touchdown. And then when Eufaula was driving to try to tie or take the lead in the game, that being down 6, a game-ending interception that Faith came up with. So turnovers were a big part of that game last year, and it'll be something that Eufaula will need to try. You never want to have turnovers, but you certainly, if you can play mistake-free football, it would go a long way towards winning the football game tonight.
Well, Eufaula, we'll see what. Sure, we won't start with a great field position like we had last week, but we need to make something good happen early. Try to put two good games together. We hadn't had a lot of games where we've had good back-to-back weeks. We talked about it was supposed to be a rebuilding year. This group has come together and had a lot of success and done a great job. And let's see if they can get this monkey off our back. We talked about it. It's been several years since the Tigers have been able to advance past the second round.
And the band is very slow. They're finally off the playing surface, but they are just off the sideline down here on the end that Faith is kicking to.
That's Keith at Eufaula High School.
What's that?
Comments about the band. There's the opening kickoff.
It's at the 7-yard line. It's going to be Steele coming to the near side. He's going to cut it back inside now. Not a great idea. Is he going to be stopped just shy, or they're going to give him, just shy of the 25-yard line. It'll be 1st and 10 for the Eufaula Tigers at the 24-yard line, their own 24-yard line. He looked like he had a little bit of room coming to the near side, but decided to cut it back inside and was tackled there.
Well, we're just used to coming to this sideline. I don't think there's been maybe one or two kickoffs all year. We haven't returned to our sideline, and maybe the blocking just wasn't there. Faith comes out in a 5-man front, 4 or 5 linebackers. They're not going to let the Tigers run the ball, it appears.
Eufaula in a new formation. They have actually a blocking back lined up in front of the running back Harris. Harris will take it at left tackle. He'll get through the initial line of scrimmage, but he'll be held to a short gain of only 2 yards as he ran off left guard that time. Just a straight power play, and it was a 2-yard gain for Eufaula. Second down and 8.
One of those things, you got to take what they give you, but if Red could break that initial line with 9-10 men right up on the line of scrimmage, he could go to the house.
Very tight formation again. The Tigers shift in the same formation.
You got Deal at fullback, lineman.
They're going to run a tall sweep this time, trying to sweep the right side with Red Harris. Red across the line of scrimmage. Better yardage this time as he's going to take it forward for 6 yards out to the 33-yard line. He'll be very close. Actually, they're going to give him a first down. He'll be 8 yards. They'll say he crossed the 34-yard line. So 8-yard gain for Red Harris on that second down run. Just a tall sweep to the right side of the power set. And 1st and 10 Tigers, the first down of the night. Just underway here from Tiger Stadium. This second round matchup between the Faith Academy Rams and the Eufaula High School Tigers.
Well, and Brownie came all the way. The ball's on the right hash mark. As we view the field, Tigers going right to left, south to north. Got the play from the sideline and went back out. That's new.
Going to hand it to Harris once again at right tackle. Harris spins and makes the initial man miss in the backfield. He's going to go for 2 yards to the 36-yard line. Be second down and 8 from there. New personnel coming in. Wide receivers checking in for the Tigers as they'll check the larger personnel out. Jaquavius Moss and Tony Coleman check out. It'll be Alik Quinn and actually a Slaughter. Antron Mitchell not in the game at receiver right now for Eufaula. Second down 8. Going to hand off to Harris. Harris falls in for a yard to the 37-yard line. It's going to bring up a long yardage conversion situation here on third down. It'll be 3rd and 7 for the Tigers from the 37. The first down will come just across the 44-yard line. As they'll snap it from the right hash mark. They quickly break the huddle. They lined up in a shallow huddle that time. They have 3 receivers to the short side right, 1 receiver split to the wide side here to the left. 1 back in the backfield is Red Harris. It is press man coverage here on the outside against Alik Quinn. Anderson drops back. He's going to get some pressure. He's going to pull it down and run. He tucks it up the middle. He breaks a tackle. He's going to get his first down. He'll get up to the 45-yard line. Just a nifty run by Browning Anderson, who's a little slow to get up. He is up on his feet. He is kind of staggering back to the huddle, but I think he's going to be okay. 1st and 10 Tigers on a nice run by Anderson. Give him 7 yards on that run. They did spot the ball back to the 44-yard line, but it is a Tiger first down. 3 receivers to the left, still on the right hash mark. 1 receiver right. It'll be Harris taking the ball up the middle. He breaks a line of scrimmage. He's going to go forward for 9 yards into Faith territory. He'll be down to the 47-yard line of Faith. So 9 yards on that carry for the senior running back, Red Harris.
We'll try to get you an update from John Wayne here in a few minutes about Mitchell. I mean, I hadn't seen him out there. Don't even see him standing up on the sideline ready to go in. This over 1,000-yard receiver, and he's not in there.
3 receivers set to the wide side left. Once again, it's going to be Harris up the middle. Harris, the running room this time. He's in the open field. 35, 30, 25, breaks a tackle, 20. Trying to keep his feet inside the 15. He'll stumble down to around the 10-yard line. We'll see where they spot him down. It's going to be right around the 10, maybe just inside the 10. But a 37-yard run by Red Harris, putting the Tigers in a goal-to-go situation. 1st and 10, the ball will be sitting on the 10-yard line. 8:11 to go here in the first quarter played. The first drive for either team, Eufaula has gone exclusively on the ground here to open the game. That was the 7th run of this possession so far, all on the ground, 7th play. Slam formation for the Tigers as they'll now shift. They'll shift back into a I formation with a wing lined up to the right. It'll be a toss to Slaughter. Going around the right side, that is going to be the sophomore running back, Atorian Slaughter. He gets good yardage inside the 5. We'll see where they spot him around the 4. Call it a gain of 6 on that play. All on the ground so far, the Tigers. 8th play of this drive, all on the ground as the senior running back, Red Harris, checks back in the game.
That was a good call. Actually, we shifted out of a heavy set. Faith did not move, so the tall sweep was a good call to get it outside.
Ball, just about the entire drive has been on the right hash mark. It'll be a right hash mark snap once again. Tigers stay in the power formation this time. They're going to run the inside reverse. It's going to be Jaquavius Moss, the senior, into the end zone. Number 7, 4-6. He'll have the touchdown with 7:29 to go in the first quarter. The Tigers have scored on their opening possession to take a 6-0 lead. It is Moss from 4 yards out on the touchdown run. Overall, it was a 9-play drive, 76 yards, all on the ground.
Big 3rd down play, too, by Anderson picking up the first down when we needed it on like 3rd and 7 or whatever it was. It kept that drive alive. A couple of big runs by Harris, who looks to be healthy again after several weeks of battling that turf toe.
R.W. Wingate and Company extra point. It'll be Cooper Wingate attempting this extra point. The sophomore. There's the placement's up. The kick is up. The kick is good. Did not hit that one solid. I don't know if the timing was off a little on that, but the kick got through the upright and good. So 7-0. The Tigers lead with 7:29 to go in the first quarter. As we said, a 9-play, 76-yard drive, 4 minutes and 31 seconds off the clock. There were three first downs on that drive. And Tigers, the big play, a 37-yard run by Red Harris to get the Tigers into the goal-to-go situation. The touchdown scored on a 4-yard run by the senior, Jaquavius Moss. So important against a team like this, Doug, to get a lead and to not get behind a team like this that's going to not make mistakes, play fundamentally sound. Tigers scoring on that opening possession, very big from a momentum standpoint. It will be Hado Salas to kick the ball off for the Tigers, a senior that handles the kickoff duties for the Tigers. He'll approach. It'll actually be a pooch onside kick, and it's going to give Faith really good field position here to start off at their 45-yard line. That was played very well. He kind of kicked it into the ground, and it took a high hop. And
good heads-up play by Faith, because we hadn't done that all year with him. Usually when he's in there, it's going to be back there around the goal line somewhere. So,
yeah, that was definitely a breaking of tendencies there, but giving Faith excellent starting field position here at their own 45-yard line. They'll come out in a shotgun formation, one back in the backfield, three wide receivers left, one to the right. Going to throw the ball on first down. Daughtry throws it complete. It's going to be the ball comes out. Now, they may call him down. It looks like they are going to call him down, a 9-yard gain on that completion. That was complete to, did they roll it? They did. They rolled it incomplete. Apparently, he never had control of the football, but that is a 6'6", 210-pound tight end. He also plays a good bit of defense for them. We'll check the name for you, but I was looking at the roster earlier. He really kind of stood out. Trent Sellers. He is a junior, 6'6", 210 pounds. As we said, a lot of size for Faith. Motion out of the backfield. They're actually going to shift him out into a wide receiver. So slot left, trips right, empty backfield for Daughtry, the senior quarterback. He's going to let it fly deep. Ball's going to sail. It's going to be intercepted. Intercepted. It looked like it might fly out of bounds, but it was intercepted at the 28-yard line. So we talked about turnovers being big in this game. It looks like Tony Coleman, the senior, I believe, is who came up that interception. Coleman, a 6'2" senior cornerback for the Tigers, and he just got good position. He's a basketball player for the Tigers. He just looked like he was boxing out for a rebound that time as that ball hung up in the air. And he came down with the interception, giving the Tigers back the ball, 1st and 10 at the Tiger 28-yard line. So the onside kick, the Tigers dodge the bullet there. They get the ball back at the 28 for their second possession, leading 7-0. It'll be a handoff to Red Harris around the right end, and Harris with a little bit of running room. He's going to cross the 35. He'll spin. Nice spin move as he was being tackled. He'll pick up the better part of 9 yards on that play. Harris with a big night rushing already here early in the first quarter. Harris with a 37-yard run on the game's first possession.
7 carries, 68 yards for Red already.
Shotgun formation, 3 receivers left, 1 to the right. It'll be a handoff to Harris once again up the middle. Harris will have his first down, plus a couple of yards. He'll get up to the 40-yard line. Counted off at 3 more yards for Harris and the Tigers, and yet another first down.
Tigers bringing in an extra lineman. Actually, I start to say Browning's coming out, but he's just over here getting a play from a sideline. Coleman checks in. Still hadn't seen Mitchell. Mitchell may be still bothered by the little injury from last week.
Tigers come out in the heavy set once again at the 40-yard line from just inside the right hash mark. Tigers will shift. Once again, it's going to be Chris Dutil lining up at fullback. 1 wide receiver to the left. They're going to hand it to Harris coming off the left side this time. Someone's helmet came off. It's going to be a gain of about 3 yards to the 43-yard line. Just good hard running that time by Harris. Again, it was kind of a crossbuck action as quarterback opened up like they were going to the right. He handed it back off over the left side, and it was a 3-yard gain.
Tell you, with 10 men on the line of scrimmage, the line's doing a good job because the Tigers are picking up positive yards every time. This time, Faith backs up a little bit.
In the shotgun formation, going to hand it off to Harris again. Harris is going to cross the 45, short gain of 2. Check that, 3-yard gain on that play from the 43 to the 46. But it'll bring up a third down conversion situation. This is a second third down situation for the Tigers. 3rd and 4 from the 46. The first down would come right at midfield. Slot to either side. 1 back, Harris in the backfield with the senior quarterback, Brandon Anderson. Looking to throw for the first time. He's going to throw it. It is low and incomplete. He tried to hit the slot man, Zakai Steele, who was running just a 5-yard out, and the pass was a little low and away. Incomplete, bringing up a 4th down and a punting situation.
Yeah, not his best effort with that pass there. Tigers been doing good picking up 3+ yards on practically every play, but on 3rd and 4, they go to the air and come up short. I don't know what film they've watched of our punting unit, but Browning will have no problem punting it over the young man's head standing at the 35.
I believe that's going to be number 7, Goodwill, who is a very good player for them. Anderson hits it. He hits it away from Goodwill, takes a big Eufaula bounce. Oh, my goodness.
He grabbed it.
We tipped it forward for some reason and allowed him to pick the ball up, and he made the most of it. If we had not touched it at all, it was going to roll
Was it not?
Well, since we
down when
touched it first, yeah, well, we touched it, it would be down. That was actually a smart play by us, as it turns out, because it was going to roll. Now they're coming forward. I thought when we touch it, does it not make a punt dead?
Maybe he said he didn't touch it. I don't know.
He did.
Maybe,
He definitely touched it.
Maybe that's part of Eufaula's plan is not to let him return any, but it did look like he touched it. But nevertheless, Faith will get about 15 yards or so on that transaction there.
Second possession of the night for Faith. They turned it over on their first possession. Going to hand it off this time to the big running back, who's going to go up through the middle and pick up 6 yards on that first down play. That 90 made the tackle, DeAndre Goldsmith for Eufaula. Second down and 4 now for Faith. They will look to throw the ball. It's a flare this time to Goodwill.
Oh, my goodness.
He is at the ball in the open field. He's down the sideline. He's going to step out of bounds right at midfield.
Gee whiz. And you can hear our crowd. They are nearly undressed number 20 on the corner, but no flag, and it's a first down.
It's a 16-yard gain on that first down pass.
Wow. Back in the day, if it had been wearing tearaway jerseys, he might have undressed him with that one.
There'll be 3 receivers to the left side, which is the wide side. One back, which will be King in the backfield with the quarterback, Daughtry. You're probably going to call a timeout here. So
we can do it.
With the timeout on the field, we'll step aside for this commercial break and be back with more second-round playoff action after this.
Of all the improvements you can make to your home, it could be the most important is not seen or heard, only felt. The ultra-quiet, energy-efficient Carrier Infinity Home Comfort System provides premium comfort with a whole home air purifier that gives you confidence you're breathing healthier air. It's an essential part of any healthy home.
Hey, Tiger fans, Daniel Pulley here, your local Chick-fil-A Eufaula owner-operator. We are so excited to be the official sponsor of the weekly Eufaula Tiger Coaches Show for the 2022 football season. Join us for the live show at Chick-fil-A Eufaula every Thursday starting at 6 p.m. Our incredible team is ready to serve.
Back.
Hey, we're back. Faith Academy with 1st and 10 from midfield. Their second possession. Tigers of Eufaula lead this one 7-0. Faith going to hand it off to King, who breaks the line of scrimmage. He is a 215-pound running back. He's going to be drug out of bounds at the 35-yard line after a 15-yard gain on first down. So the second first down of the night for Faith. Eufaula with 5 first downs to this point. Faith turned the ball over on their second play of their first possession. They took over with good field position following an onside kick by Eufaula. Took over their 45-yard line. Faith quickly up to the line of scrimmage, ready to run this play. From the right hash mark, 3 receivers to the left. They'll hand it off to King. He's coming to the right side. He'll pick up 5 yards down to the 35-yard line. On the tackle for Eufaula is Javion Bowick. Second down 5 now for Faith. They have come out with a vengeance on this drive. Second down 5 from the 30-yard line. It'll be King, the 215-pound running back, flanking the senior quarterback, Daughtry. 3 receivers to the wide left. Movement by the left tackle of Faith. That's going to cost him 5 yards as Daughtry was going on a delayed count that time, trying to get Eufaula to jump, and he actually enticed his own left tackle to jump.
I'll tell you what, he's a big left tackle, too. Number 50 is Jackson, a senior, 6'5", 280 pounds. So when he's out there on the end by himself and he moves, it's obvious.
Yeah, he was the end of the line that time, except for the trip receivers split out wide to that side. Second down 10 now after the 5-yard penalty against the Rams. Going to take it. They're going to hand it to King once again, trying to run to the right. He does break the line of scrimmage, and a shoestring tackle coming up out of the secondary is going to be the sophomore Tywan Turner. Good job by him because King had momentum hitting the sideline there. It's going to be a first down on the 11-yard gain, but it would have been potentially a touchdown. It would have been a foot race. Third first down for Faith on this possession is our 1st and 10 from the 24-yard line of Eufaula.
They found something on that right side. They're working Eufaula pretty hard on the right.
There's a snap. Going to hand it once again. Same play. Although he's going to cut it back up inside this time. And he is just going to muscle it inside the 15 to the 14-yard line. That'll be a gain of 10 yards. Yet another Faith first down. Doug, we haven't seen, we saw in the first half of the Pike Road game, Pike Road has some success running straight at Eufaula like this, but that's about the only time I can remember a team running straight at the Tigers for this kind of success this whole year.
Well, the Tigers did come out in a 3-man front to start with. They've gone to a 4-man front now, but still hadn't slowed it up.
And I hand it off to a new back this time. 5 is going to take it in there for about a 2-yard gain. We'll check the number on that. That's going to be Ja'Cory Stabler, the senior, 5'11", 185. He gives up about 30 pounds to the larger junior, Edwin King.
Ball barely touching the 12-yard line. Faith can get a first down inside the 4-yard line. So it's about second and short 8, long 7, somewhere in that range.
Under 2 minutes to go here in the first quarter with Eufaula leading 7-0. They took the opening kickoff 76 yards for the game's lone touchdown to this point. Second down 8 from the 12. 3 receivers left. It'll be Stabler in the backfield. He'll get the ball at right tackle. He's going to be tackled on a nice solo tackle by Jaquavius Moss. Jay Moss, 1 yard gain on that play. It'll bring up a third down 7, which you typically would see it would be a passing down, but the way they've gotten chunk plays against the Tigers, they certainly are in 4-down territory here.
Well, they came out determined to throw it. They threw an incomplete pass and then a interception. So
Edwin King checks back into the game at running back for Faith. A late addition back onto the field as they only had 10 men. He'll check in at tight end. Daughtry will take the ball. He's going to look to throw. He throws a slant route. It's going to be caught for the Faith touchdown. Just a slant route from the inside man. And we'll see. I think number 12 maybe is who it is. There's a flag, they said.
That's what the announcer just said.
I don't see the flag.
They're standing at the 20-yard line, and he's talking to him.
Yeah, the flag's down here at the 7.
Okay.
John Wayne, do you have any idea what we might have down there?
Ineligible receiver down.
Ineligible receiver downfield.
It was good coverage for Eufaula, but even better throw. They say a good throw beats a good coverage every time, and he threw it and led his receiver to the inside. Made the catch for the touchdown, but the penalty is going to be a 5-yard variety penalty, I believe. So it will be third down all over again, the second 5-yard penalty of this possession against Faith.
You see that sometimes, Keith, if you're not the right person off the line of scrimmage or whatever, if you're not covered, the wrong man goes out. Sometimes somebody might go out in a pattern that should stay in and block, and you said they sent a tight end in late. That could have been the problem there. 3
receivers left. King, check that. Stabler in the backfield. Quarterback going to throw it. He throws it short to the 10. He's going to be gang tackled. I think it's going to be incomplete. So it'll be incomplete. So fourth down now from the 15-yard line, and we'll see what Faith decides to do. I think they've got a pretty good field goal kicker based on what some of the highlights I've seen. Be surprised they didn't kick the 32-yarder here, and it looks like the kicking unit is coming in late. Still 25 seconds on the play clock.
Right in the center. Well, no, it's actually going to be a right hash mark. They bring it back over to where the ball was snapped from the last time. They'll put it down at the 23-yard line. So this will be a 33-yard attempt by number 14.
There's a snap. The placement the kick is up. It's angled back to the left. It looks to be good. It is no good. It was wide left. Hard to tell where it crossed the horizontal. It looked like it apparently crossed. It must have been left before it went through it, but it's no good. So the Tigers maintain that 7-0 lead.
Officials right on top of it, and so was the crowd down there that noticed it was no good. Like you said, sometimes, and those are tall goalposts, so it's just hard for us to tell from this angle.
So that was a 9-play, 66-yard drive that came up empty. 43 seconds to go here in the first quarter of play. Still 7-0 Eufaula. Anderson looking to throw. He throws a little dig route to Zakai Steele, but just a little off. And I'll tell you, Anderson's had a great year this year, Doug, but as I watched the Tigers warming up down there, they were not connecting a lot with the throws in the pregame warmups, and I don't know what the issue may be, but Anderson is thrown for over 2,000 yards this year. He's had a great year, but something just a little bit off so far tonight.
The first two passes would have had to been caught with their feet, as it's not been real clean. I guess, he's making sure he don't want to throw that pick six, but 2nd and 10 for the Tigers.
Anderson keeps it. He breaks across the 25. He kind of goes down awkwardly, but the 6-yard gain for Anderson, bringing up a 3rd down and 4. That'll be the final play of the first quarter. If the Tigers will come back with a 3rd down and 4, when we come back, there's 20 seconds. They may go ahead and snap it. There's 20 seconds on. I just figured they would let the clock run out here in the first quarter, but instead they are going to come to the line of scrimmage.
Trying to draw them. They didn't.
Well, they're looking. They may still let this clock run out.
Yeah. They just tried to draw them off sides. Well, I say that. 3, 2. Yeah, the Tigers are going to let it run out.
At the end of the first quarter, 12 minutes in, the Tigers lead the Rams by a score of 7-0.
As we go out, quick update from Headland. Headland leads UMS Wright 7-0 in the first.
We'll be back after this commercial break.
Of all the improvements you can make to your home, it could be the most important is not seen or heard, only felt. The ultra-quiet, energy-efficient Carrier Infinity Home Comfort System provides premium comfort with a whole home air purifier that gives you confidence you're breathing healthier air. It's an essential part of any healthy home.
Hey, Tiger fans, Daniel Pulley here, your local Chick-fil-A Eufaula owner-operator. We are so excited to be the official sponsor of the weekly Eufaula Tiger Coaches Show for the 2022 football season. Join us for the live show at Chick-fil-A Eufaula every Thursday starting at 6 p.m. Our incredible team is ready to serve you. And don't forget, eat more chicken.
Back at Tiger Stadium, where the Tigers face a 3rd down and 4 from their 26-yard line. Tigers in kind of a sugar huddle. They already have 3 wide receivers in to the right. The Tigers are missing their 1,000-yard receiver tonight. Antron Mitchell has not played a down yet. The 6'1" wide receiver. Anderson's going to scramble this time. He pulls it down. He's going to pick up his 1st down. He's going to beat Bulldog down about the 32-yard line. He needed 4. He got 6. And Anderson with 2 6-yard runs on this possession, and the Tigers pick up their 6th first down of the first half so far. Faith with 4 first downs so far in tonight's game. 1st and 10, Eufaula from the 32-yard line. 11:40 and counting here in the second quarter. Tigers with 3 receivers left, 1 back. Harris in the backfield with Anderson. Harris will get it right up the middle. Harris breaks the first containment. He's in the open field across midfield into Faith territory. He'll finally be gang tackled down about the 42-yard line of Faith after the scrum broke out. And from the 42 of Eufaula, from the 32 of Eufaula to the 40, we'll call it the 40. That's a 42-yard line. So 18 and 8 is 26. 26 yards for Red Harris. First down for the Tigers. Anderson looking to throw. He's going to throw it down the field now. He has a man there. Over Slaughter, just over Slaughter. It just touched Slaughter's fingertips, but it's kind of leading Slaughter to the outside, which would have been the sidelines. If he'd let him back inside, he might have had a chance to lay out for that one. As it is, it's incomplete. Tigers still looking for their first completion of the night. Actually, does either team have a completion? I'm not sure.
They got one to us. No, they had a 16-yard completion.
That's right. 2nd down 10 now from the 42-yard line of Faith. Anderson takes it. He's going to hand it to Harris. Harris breaks the initial line of scrimmage, but he's going to be tackled by number 4 for Faith at the 38-yard line. 4-yard gain for Harris. They'll bring up a 3rd down 6 situation here for Eufaula.
Harris just needed a little break earlier. He has 12 carries now for 170 yards already tonight.
Harris came into tonight with over 1,000 yards rushing on the season. 3rd and 6. Anderson looking for his first completion. He's going to be pressured. They're going to throw a holding penalty. It's going to be a complete pass. Zakai Steele will score a touchdown, but look for this one to come back. There was a flag thrown behind where Anderson flushed from the pocket. So that 38-yard. So each team has had a touchdown pass now called back in this game. That one from 38 yards for Eufaula. And the first penalty of the night against Eufaula.
Good news for that is this year it's a line of scrimmage penalty, so it won't hurt quite as bad as it did because that was 3 or 4 yards deep in the backfield. Takes the ball all the way back out to the 48-yard line. The Tigers going to bring up 3rd and about 16, maybe 17.
Somehow Steele was wide open. There was not a Faith player within 5 yards of him when he caught the ball. He had to wait on the football, but he eluded that one player and made it into the end zone. Steele now in motion to the left. That'll create a trip receiver set to the wide side left. Anderson drops back, going to run the screen pass. It's going to be a Torian Slaughter who going to take it forward. They snapped it from the 48-yard line. He's going to take it to the 41. So a 7-yard gain on that play. It'll bring up a 4th and 11 and a punting situation for Eufaula to try to change the field position here. Dropping back deep for Faith is going to be Goodwill, the do-everything player for Faith Academy. Actually, it's going to be 4th and 9 from the 41. Browning Anderson, the senior quarterback for Eufaula, does handle the punting duties as he has done all year. He will stand back in Tiger territory right around the 46-yard line of Eufaula. There's a snap. Anderson gets it. He will kick it away. He kicks it kind of away from Goodwill. It's going to hit at the 14-yard line. Takes a Eufaula bounce inside the 10. Going to roll down to the it's just inside the 5-yard line. So 37-yard punt for Anderson. Job accomplished there as they're going to spot it at the 4-yard line. So Doug, if you're a Tiger fan, it's a low-scoring affair so far, but 7-0 and 96 yards for Faith here to go here with 9:28 to go in the second quarter.
We need to get the crowd into it over here, making some noise. We noticed the band for Faith making a lot of racket when our offense is on the field, but it's just kind of a subdued crowd tonight. We need them in the ball game here as Faith backed up deep.
7-play drive, 49 yards for the Tigers on the last possession. Faith, 3 receivers to the short side, to the left. Now they're going to bring Goodwill across, speed sweep to the right side. Bad angle taken by the Tiger cornerback, and he just shakes off a Tiger out of bounds, picks up a Faith first down out about the 17-yard line. So 13 yards on that. Just kind of a shuffle pass forward for Faith. So 13-yard gain for Faith and a first down. That'll be their 5th first down of the night. Faith missed a field goal on the last possession. They took over with 9:28 to go here before halftime. 3 receivers left to the wide side left this time. 1 back in the backfield with the quarterback who will take the ball. It's going to be Stabler at right tackle. Stabler crosses the 20. He'll fall into the 23-yard line. The first down would come at the 37-yard line. So that's going to be a gain of 6 yards on that first down play. 2nd down and 4 from the 23.
$8:57 to go in the second quarter of play. 2nd and 5, 4.
Going to throw a flare to Goodwill, who slips down back inside the 20.
That'll lose 5.
Right around the 18-yard line. He loses 5 on that play. Going to bring on 3rd down and 9. They were just trying to hit him in space. You can tell they want to get him the football. He scored on a pick 6 last year. He also scored 2 other touchdowns. So 3 touchdowns in the game last year, all by Taneen Goodwill, 6'3", 190-pound senior athlete for the Faith Academy Rams. He'll be the inside man of the trip receiver set to the short side left as they'll snap from the left hash mark. 1 back in the backfield with the quarterback, Daughtry. He's going to throw to Goodwill. Once again, it's going to be a tunnel screen, but a nice play Who is that coming out of the secondary? I believe that was going to be number 14, Shamarion Smith. Smith made a big tackle that time, holding that to a 1-yard gain as they kind of had set up the wall that time on the tunnel screen, but Smith fought his way underneath it and made a shoestring tackle, limiting that to a 1-yard gain, a 4th and 8 punting situation for Faith.
Good job by the defense sniffing that one out. You knew something was up. They left that whole wide side of the field wide open. Good call from them trying to go back. Now the Tigers will wait for this punt at their own 45-yard line. Faith punter standing at his 6.
Zakai Smith stands back. Zakai Steele stands at his 45. It's a kind of a shanked low punt. Just get away from that one if you're Eufaula Tiger. It takes a Faith roll. We'll roll dead just across the 45-yard line of Faith. Right around the 46 is where Eufaula will take over with excellent field position with 7:15 to go here in the second quarter. Eufaula with a short field taking over in plus territory at the 46-yard line.
Flag down on the field. On the Eufaula sideline, it looks like a sideline warning, if I had to guess. We'll see here in just a second. It is a sideline warning.
This will be just the 4th possession so far for the Tigers, as they scored on their opening possession, going 76 yards all on the ground to take a 7-0 lead. Tigers, 2 receivers to the right, 1 to the left, 1 back in the backfield with Anderson, the quarterback. It will be a reverse this time. It's actually a flea flicker. They're going to throw it. Has a man out there. It's going to be Slaughter. He catches it at 6. He's in. Touchdown, Tigers. 7:05 to go in the second quarter. 1 play, 46 yards. A reverse flea flicker from the Tigers. And Slaughter got behind the defense. Anderson got the ball to him, and the Tigers score on a 46-yard touchdown pass.
Great job there, and a great job by Browning. He didn't have a long time to get rid of that ball, but he was able to get it away quick and found the wide open receiver for the Tigers.
Tigers in the salt and pepper formation. They shift over to conventional point after touchdown formation for the R.W. Wingate and Company extra point. Anderson will spot it down. Wingate will kick it through. And the Tigers have a 14-point lead with 7:05 to go in the second quarter of play. The Tigers with a 14-point lead. Doug,
let's go down to John Wayne on the sideline and see if we can get an update about Mitchell and the what's going on down there. Take it away, John Wayne.
Yes, sir. A couple of updates. Mitchell he's been on the bike several times. He's jogging back and forth, but he has not been into the game. And then early in the game, Browning got up a little gimpy, and they had his shoe off. Looked like he may have tweaked his ankle, but he taped it back up, and he's run a couple times since then, so I think he's going to be fine. But Mitchell has not been in the game yet, but I bet if Coach says, get your helmet on, let's go, he's ready.
I'll tell you, if the game continues like this, Mitchell may not see the field tonight. The Tigers were able to pull out a victory down in Ozark against Carroll in a very tightly contested game earlier this year with Mitchell off the field the entire second half. So
we just got an update from Headland also. Headland's up 14-0 in their ball game over UMS Wright. Stingy defense from UMS that hadn't give up points all year, and Headland's got 14 in a quarter and a half.
Wingate to kick the ball this time. It's going to be a pooch kick to the near side. It's going to be caught. No fair catch. He catches it at the 28-yard line. Running backwards, though, he's going to be tackled at the 26-yard line. That was number 6 for Hayden McLean for the Rams. Several Tigers in on that tackle. Jaquavius Small, Shamarion Smith, and Taiwan Turner, to name a few. 1st and 10 for Faith from the 26-yard line. Three receivers to the left, 1 to the right. Actually, no, tied in to the right, 1 back in the backfield. Delayed count from Faith. They'll hand it off to their big back who breaks the line of scrimmage. He's going to fall forward to the 33-yard line. Give him 7 quick yards just off left tackle. That was actually Stabler on that carry.
Yeah, he hit the line so hard. I looked. I was going to say if the big man can move that fast, we're in trouble. But still a good carry, 7 yards, 2nd and 3 for the Rams.
3 receivers left. Stabler, the single back He will take it, looking to sweep around the right end. He makes the corner. Nice chopping his feet coming up from the cornerback position, but it will be good enough, just over 3-yard gain in a Faith first down.
Good play on the outside, taking his feet out, but he was able to fall forward and get just enough of the first down, the ball to the 37-yard
It
line.
was Thomas Hill coming up for cornerback, making a nice tackle that time. But 1st and 10 Faith from the 37-yard line. We're in the second quarter with 6:05 to go. 14-0 lead for Eufaula. They'll hand it off. Running back once again, picking his way through the middle of the line. He'll pick up 4 yards to the 41-yard line. That
King
once again was King on that carry. Faith going to a ground attack here. They were very successful on their second possession on the ground. They took it all the way down into Tiger territory. Actually got down to the 11-yard line before ultimately missing a 33-yard field goal.
Probably not a bad idea, trying to get you to put enough folks in the box. They can slip number 7 out to get him the ball.
2nd and 6, 3 receivers right, 1 to the left who will shift up. So empty backfield. Now they'll bring motion. They will run the shuffle pass to Goodwill. Goodwill going to be hitting the backfield. He's going to be breaking tackles, but finally just kind of ushered out of bounds. Really about a yard gain, maybe. A lot of running that time as he ran all the way from the right side of the field, running out of bounds on the left side of the field. You know, that I'm sure that young man's in good shape, Doug, but he plays on both sides of the football for them, and he just ran 50 yards for a 1-yard gain.
Well, actually, we'll give him the yard.
So 3rd down and 3rd and 5. The announcer says 3rd and 6, but it's basically a 5. It's basically 5 yards and about 6 inches. First down would come just across the 47-yard line. They're going to snap it from just inside the 42.
King, the big running backs in there.
Tigers with a 4-man front this time. They're going to hand it to King. King's going to go down short of his first down. He'll go down at the 44-yard line. Good job by the Tiger defense that time. Jaquavius Moss coming in along with Shamarion Smith to make that tackle after only a 2-yard gain. So 4th down, 10-3, and a lot of personnel coming in. Apparently going to be a punting situation here for Faith as they send 14 in.
You wouldn't think they'd try a fake here because you wouldn't think they'd want to mess up and give the ball to Eufaula with 4 minutes left in the half. Eufaula, I started to say nobody's going back deep, and now Slaughter's going to drop back.
Eufaula looks like they're playing pretty much their base defense with the exception of dropping one player back. Faith will punt it away. It's a much better punt this time. It's a wobbly kick that will go out of bounds, I believe. Yes, it hit out of bounds. It took a big Faith roll inside the 10-yard line. Very good break for the Tigers that the ball actually hit out of bounds at the 28-yard line.
It hit just out of bounds, probably a yard or so out of bounds. So the Tigers will get it up at the 28. That ball actually went back in the field of play, and the ball guy just picked it up at the 7-yard line. So that's what a difference that little bit made on the sideline there. Break for the Tigers.
5-play, 18-yard drive last possession for Faith. 3 minutes and 39 seconds off the clock. Faith will receive the second half kickoff as Eufaula took the opening kickoff 76 yards for the game's first points. They actually lead 14-0 right now, does the Eufaula Tigers. 72 yards away. 1st and 10 from the 28-yard line. Slot to either side. They'll hand it off to the running back. It's going to be Harris trying to sweep the right side. Doug, that's the first carry for no gain that I remember tonight.
They mark him a yard forward, so they say he got out to the 29.
Okay, so we'll give him a yard on that play. It looked like he was kind of stalemated there. He did get driven back.
He just bounced it outside too many times there instead of going upfield. 3 minutes and 15 seconds left in the second quarter. Play 2nd and 9 for the Tigers now. Faith does have 3 timeouts.
Anderson drops back, going to throw a screen pass. Torian Slaughter keeps his feet, getting upfield, and quickly is Slaughter. He'll have a first down across the 40 to the 41-yard line. 12 yards for Slaughter. Just a good play. They're bringing a big rush, and the Tigers took advantage of it that time, getting upfield quickly.
Coleman checks out. 2:51 clock rolling. Tigers going to break the huddle. 1 receiver left, 3 to the right.
1st and 10 from the 41. Tigers love to get some points here before halftime. They'll hand it off to Slaughter, the sophomore. He's going to be stood up at the 45. Slaughter brings a lot of speed, but not a lot of power to break tackles once they get their hands on him on the interior like that. But it's a 4-yard gain. That tells you it was a good push by the Tiger offensive line. Tigers stay ahead of the sticks, 2nd down 6 here from the 45-yard line. .210 and counting here, running clock in the first half, 14-0. Eufaula leads. 3 receivers right. It's going to be, once again, the running back. It's going to be Harris this time, 5 yards, call it 6, out to the they mark him at the 49-yard line of Faith. That will be a Tiger first down.
Good spot from the official right in front of the Faith bench. It was going to be close, but he gave him just enough.
So a minute, 55 seconds to go here in the first half. Eufaula leading by 14, looking for more. Anderson going to flush from the pocket now. Needs to throw this one away. He's going to throw it late. Has a man there, and LeCaviante Pugh trying to put the brakes on, could not stop to catch that football. The ball was thrown back to the inside a little bit, and it's incomplete. Would have been a gain down into about the 28-yard line of Faith if they could have completed that pass.
His feet would have slipped out from under him. That would have been great. That would have put us almost in field goal range. Faith has a lineman going off slow. Looks like number 88 as they help him off. 2nd and 10 for the Tigers there. Eufaula's going to take a timeout. We'll keep it right here. We're bringing you tonight's game with limited commercial interruption thanks to Brown Heating Air Conditioned broadcast booth here. And Jarrell's going to talk to him. That'll leave him with 1 timeout with 1 minute and 39 seconds to go in the second quarter. And Tigers lead 14-0. Now, Faith does have all 3 timeouts, so this is a big play because if Tigers don't pick up substantial yardage on this play, look for Faith maybe to take some timeouts. Let's take it down to John Wayne, see what he's got going for us down on the sideline. John Wayne, what's up?
That's something I just noticed. I didn't notice while the defense was on the field. Ben Jackson's in his street clothes down here today. So we have another defensive back there working. I'll have to figure out which one it was. The Tigers' offensive line, whenever you see one of our running backs break for about 8 or 10 or 12 yards of the line, just gets energized. And, they're ready to go again. And that was really a great job in the first half. When they loaded the box and we proved to them that box doesn't mean anything else, we still can drive it down your throat. So real good job by our offensive line tonight.
Yeah, I noticed that too. Slaughter was in there a moment ago, and he picked up 4 yards. So he was 4 yards downfield, straight up the middle before he was touched. Going to hand it off this time. Actually, Anderson keeps it. He's going to break inside. He's in the open field with a first down and more. He's going to break a tackle, go down about the 31-yard line. So Anderson with an 18-yard run on the keeper. He faked me out. It was a zone read that time. He faked it to Harris up the middle. He kept it around the left end, made a couple of men miss. Very nifty run that time by Anderson. And the Tigers with a 1st and 10 at the 31-yard line. A minute 26.
Officials timeout. We'll see what's going on here. As he signaled officials timeout, but it appears that Faith might have taken a timeout.
They were working on the chains over there.
Okay, problem with the chains.
I tell you, Doug, 126 to go on the clock here. Points of any kind would be big, but a touchdown would be huge.
Yeah, one more first down, and you're in that field goal range where you can try one for sure. Wingate's been real accurate this year if we can get him down about the 30, 35-yard range. Tigers quickly back out. It was not sure what it was with the change, but it didn't take just a second to fix. 1st and 10 for the Tigers in Ram territory at the 31-yard line.
3 receivers to the right. Going to hand it off inside. No, Anderson keeps it again. Around the end, 25-20. He'll slide down. It's pretty smart that time by Anderson as he went down at the 20 on the slide, but that is 11 yards more for Anderson. Tigers getting closer to the field goal position. Wingate has kicked as long as a 40-yarder, but the Tigers thinking 7 here instead of 3. 1:05 still to go here with Tigers with 2 timeouts. Going to hand it off inside this time. Harris in the open field. He's throwing his head at the side. Touchdown, Tigers! Brandon Harris from 20 yards out. He ran over a man at the 5-yard line. Would not be denied. And the Tigers take it 72 yards in 2 minutes and 41 seconds to take a 20-point lead in this football game.
Tigers, great job by Red. The Faith Academy Rams kind of blitzed themselves right into trouble. The left corner for the Rams came up and came in on a blitz, and he went right by Red Harris, and Red Harris broke it right where he came from and only had to run over the safety to get into the end zone.
R.W. Wingate, point after touchdown. Cooper Wingate, the sophomore kicker, in there for the kick. Kick is up. It looks good. The officials confirm that it is good. So with 56 seconds to go in the first half of play, the Tigers lead by a new score of 21-0. That was a 7-play, 72-yard drive. It took 2 minutes and 41 seconds. Check that, 2 minutes and 43 seconds off the clock. 20-yard touchdown run by the senior running back, Red Harris. I tell you what, Doug, Harris would not be denied on that play. He just it meant he was getting in the end zone.
Yeah, there's something about being a senior and knowing it could be your last time out there brings that little bit extra out.
So 56 seconds for the Tigers to defend the Rams here. The Rams will receive the second half kickoff. It'll be Cooper Wingate, the sophomore, to handle the kickoff for the Tigers. He pushed it over to the right side the last time. See what he does this time. Expect another pooch kick. Whether it comes this way or not, we'll wait and see. He will pooch it a little deeper this time. It's going to come down at the 15-yard line. It'll be Stabler. He is all alone inside the 20, but he breaks a tackle. My goodness. We had him dead to rights, and then he's down the sidelines. He's going to return it for a touchdown. It looks like a flag was thrown behind the play. I think they blocked Cooper Wingate, of all people, in the back. I don't know how we missed that tackle. It was down.
We had 5 folks just collapse on him, and he popped out of there. But they made the mistake all the way out at the 27-yard line. Wingate is what, 100 pounds soaking wet, 5'4", somewhere in that range. And all they had to do was stand between him and the runner, but they blocked him square in the back, and that's going to bring it back. That'll
be the second touchdown that's been nullified for Faith Academy by a penalty. But they'll still have the ball in good field position. A 10-yard penalty will put that ball back about the 36, 37-yard line with still 37 seconds. That's just an inexcusable mistake by the Tigers. They had him dead to rights down there, 5-on-1, and they just let him somehow get out of that. Now, the officials still huddling up there. They have not made any call yet. That would have been an 85. It was an 85-yard kickoff return for touchdown.
Well, he ran about 120 because he took it from the left side to the right side, back to the middle, off the block. They're doing a lot of discussion down there. Now, I don't know. I guess they could wave it off, but I don't know how you would wave it off when it was thrown right there in the center of the field. But
well, they're going to have to spot it. They're going to have to mark the 10 yards off. They're waving it off.
Holy cow. Touchdown.
We saw that against Early County 2 weeks ago here. The Tigers scored to go up by 2 scores before halftime. We gave up a long touchdown run when they were just trying to run the clock out. We haven't seen a special teams breakdown like that, but that was a huge breakdown on the Tigers kickoff coverage team that time. To give them life here before halftime.
And they get the ball to start the second half.
And we jumped into the neutral zone, so they may go for 2 here.
They immediately, folks came up on the sideline. I tell you what, with that big back, I don't know that I wouldn't go for 2.
If I think they're just gonna, it looks like they're gonna go ahead and kick it, but if we give up an extra point here because of another mental mistake jumping off sides.
They started to send King and a lineman in, but they pulled them back.
Kicks up. Kick is good.
Really?
So with 39 seconds to go in the first half, the score is now 21-7.
I hope our coaching staff saw that. Quarterback for Faith, who had nothing to do with that touchdown at all. He was standing on the sideline. Daughtry pulled a little bow and arrow deal there, kind of deja vu of Charles Henderson. that didn't go over very well. So if our
I
coaching staff saw that, don't think they.
I
Won't
guess
bring
I'm
that
old
up.
enough. I'm just out of touch. I don't really even know what
Arrow
the pop.
through the heart.
Maybe I don't know.
But I could see if he would have thrown that touchdown pass, but you had 4 or 5 chances the first half, and they didn't get it in. It was the special teams that scored for them. So, but yet they still 21-7 is the score. They'll kick back off to the Tigers here with 39.1 seconds left to go in the second quarter. Big letdown there for the Tigers. Now with Fate getting the ball to start the second half, I mean, you could have pretty much nailed the door shut if you could have shut them down here before halftime and shut them down that first drive in the second half. But that makes it a whole new ball game.
Pooch kicking their own, but they're going to kick it into open field. We're going to be fielded at the 15-yard line for Eufaula. It's going to be Zakai Steele. He's going to slip down, though, as he crosses the 25 to about the 27. That'll stop the clock with 33 seconds to go in the first half. Look, I'd be surprised if the Tigers don't do anything but just run the football here. You would not want to chance a turnover.
Well, you got to do something positive because they have 3 timeouts, and if they wanted to, they could burn them and at least make you punt. So we'll see what the Tigers do here. They're actually going victory formation. Anderson takes the knee, and there was a quick whistle right before the snap as the clock is rolling, still rolling. They're going to have to put time back on the clock, but
apparently Fate's going to not use their timeouts. They're going to let this go to halftime.
I guess that was just the quick whistle knowing he was going to take a knee, but that was almost before he was down when the whistle blew. So the Tigers will lead 21-7 at the half, but it was a kickoff touchdown return that's kept Faith Rams in this thing. We'll be back at halftime with more halftime. We'll have some halftime stats and halftime scores, but first we're going to go down to John Wayne and Coach Jernigan going off the field.
Yes, sir. Coach is coming this way right now. Good job, baby. Coach, just what you expect, second round, a tough football game. We've done good in the trenches. Offense and defense have pretty much controlled the trenches. They come out and try to plug all that up, but we kind of showed them that you can't just stop us. Special teams had a letdown right there. If you throw the flag, why not call the penalty?
Exactly what you told me. I feel better if he didn't even throw it.
That's right. Why even throw the flag?
Yeah, first half went good. You know, we thought we'd come in and run the ball. That's exactly what we're doing. And like I told them before the game, we were the most physical team going to win this game. And right now we won the first half, but we got a whole second half.
That's right. Got some adjustments to make on both sides.
Yes, sir.
Good luck, Coach. Go get them, Tigers. Go Tigers. Back to you guys.
Yeah, we appreciate Coach Jernigan taking time to talk to us here at halftime. Tigers with a 21-7 lead. Is unfortunate the Tigers played a pretty good first half. Very unfortunate that they gave up that breakdown, and don't take anything away from the fine senior player for the Rams, Stabler, who took that back 85 yards, a lot of effort, and showed good speed. Once he broke the initial wave, it was just a foot race to the end zone, and 21-7 at halftime. But I tell you, Doug, if you told me it would be 21-7, you follow leading at halftime, I would have taken it all day.
Absolutely.
And
absolutely, we still got some work left, but you got to feel good about our chances.
That's right. So we're at halftime. We'll come back after this commercial break with some halftime stats and comments. You're listening to Eufaula Tiger Football on the Eufaula Tiger Football broadcast.
Stephen W. Bryan, candidate for Barber County Commission, District 2, is a big supporter of Eufaula Tiger Football. Stephen lives, works, worships, and shops in our county, and his motto is, I am here. He plans to be accessible to the people of his district and will share his personal email and phone numbers. Stephen says, I ultimately will answer my God for the choices I make and take that seriously. I will be teachable, respectful, genuine, a man of integrity, and above board in every decision I make for the betterment of the whole of Barber County. Paid for by the Friends of Stephen W. Bryan for County Commission. Precision Body Works is a state-of-the-art collision facility dedicated to providing customers with outstanding service and a quality repair experience. We have been serving Eufaula and the surrounding areas for over 20 years and have earned a reputation as being a premier collision repair center. Precision Body Works uses environmentally friendly PPG water-based paint and also offers 24-hour record service as well as top-of-the-line accessories from such brands as Cam Locker, Ranch Hand, Retrax, Weston, and WeatherTech. We are located at 1210 North Eufaula Avenue or call us at 334-687-4700.
Right.
When it's football time, we at First Franklin Financial are big fans of our local teams, just like you. We've been part of the community for over 75 years, and when you need money for repairs or emergencies, we'll help you play offense. We offer fixed-rate loans up to $15,000 with easy payment plans and fast approvals. Visit 1ffc.com to find the location near you. Legal, all loan terms and applicable APRs depend on meeting our underwriting and income criteria for the loan size requested and may require collateral. Georgia Residential Mortgage License number 5656.
With the world changing all around us, everyone needs to be covered by insurance. So give Eric Glover with the Glover Agency a call and talk with Eric about auto, home, life, or last week's football game. Whatever your insurance needs, let Eric talk to you about being covered. The Glover Agency is located at 145 East Broad Street, Eufaula, Alabama. Call 334-687-0358.
Benny Whitehead Incorporated has called Eufaula home since 1965. Today, the family-owned business owns and operates 119 tractors and trailers and employs over 150 people. Benny Whitehead is nationally known as a leader in safety and keeping the air clean and fuel consumption low. Benny Whitehead Incorporated loves Eufaula and would like to wish Lakeside and Eufaula safe and successful seasons.
The family at Impressive Collision Center has been in business since 1940.
That's impressive.
Your transportation is one of the largest investments you have, so keep it looking new at Impressive. From a major crash to a small dent, Impressive can help.
Now Impressive.
They work closely with all insurance companies and give you a great price on your minor mishaps.
Wow, impressive.
And don't forget to check out all the accessories from install winches, brush guards, and bed covers.
Impressive. Give them a call. Impressive Collision Center, 317 South Eufaula Avenue, 334-687-4400.
Easy Metal Building Kits, pole barns, and metal roofing supplies. APEC Metal Express carries multiple kit sizes and colors with at-home DIY instruction. APEC Metal Express. Fast delivery, superior quality, excellent customer service.
Somebody cannot come to us, we go to them. It's something that we do on a regular basis, something we don't mind doing, and we work on a contingency basis.
No one has to pay us any money up front.
They do not have to pay us unless we collect for them, unless we are successful in resolving their case through a settlement or through trial.
They don't have to pay us any money unless we get favorable results for them. If you're hurt in a car wreck, call Penn and Seaborn. It won't cost you anything to see if we can help.
No representation.
At Mid-South Bank, we pride ourselves on being the friendliest and most helpful bank in town. For over 100 years, we've been helping families prosper and helping businesses grow. Mid-South Bank is a local bank with local people making local decisions. We're a community bank who will always be there when you need us. Whatever banking services you need, we're here to help. Visit us today or online at bankmidsouth.com. Equal housing lender, member FDIC.
In sports, every point counts, and at Alpha Insurance, we know when it comes to your budget, every dollar counts. That's why we work to get you the lowest rates and best discounts available. Plus, every Alpha policy comes with personal service from our hometown team. Call Alpha to start saving today. In Eufaula, call Alpha agent Keith Bryan at 334-687-8268 or stop by our office at 1326A South Eufaula Avenue. R.W. Wingate & Company is a full-service accounting firm and a supporter of Eufaula High Athletics. They are located at 102 North Orange Avenue, Eufaula, Alabama, but licensed in multiple states. Richard W. Wingate has over 25 years' experience in public accounting, and the firm's services include personal and business tax preparation, bookkeeping, sales tax preparation, payroll services, audit of nonprofit and government entities, and business consultation. When doing extra is the point, contact R.W. Wingate & Company for your accounting needs.
In 1983, the first mobile phone was introduced to the public by the Motorola Company, and that was the same year Pam Freeman started her State Farm business. For 40 years, both have saved time and money. Whether it's auto, homeowners, condo renters, personal articles, business, life, or health, Pam Freeman State Farm has been there for you. Call Pam's office and let Kathy Bennett help you with all your quotes and needs. You won't find a more helpful staff anywhere. Come by and see them at 322 East Barber Street in Eufaula or call 687-7034.
Keep my lamp burning.
Barber County's original newspaper for local news is the Clayton Record. The Clayton Record is a Cherry Hill media publication that has been around for over 150 years, covering Barber County and the surrounding area. Online and print subscriptions are available starting as low as $2.99 per month. Call them today to sign up and never miss what's going on. Visit www.claytonrecord.com or call 334-775-3254. Covering the county from the county seat, the Clayton Record.
Back at Tiger Stadium, where the Tigers lead the Faith Academy Rams 21-7 in a second round playoff game here from Tiger Stadium. The Tigers statistically look pretty good here in the first half. The Tigers 5 possessions. They overall ran 29 plays for 261 yards of offense, 11 first downs. Faith only 4 possessions, 20 plays, 99 yards, 6 first downs. But of course, it was a 85-yard touchdown run on the after the Tigers went up 20-0. The Tigers had him look like he was going to go down inside the 25-yard line, but he broke free somehow, turned on the speed down the far sideline, and took it 85 yards for the touchdown. But the Tigers received the opening kickoff. They went 76 yards in 9 plays. The touchdown came on a 4-yard run by the senior Jaquavius Moss. Cooper Wingate extra point made it 7-0. Just 4 minutes and 31 seconds into tonight's game. On the second play from scrimmage, following a Tiger onside kick, it was an interception. The Tigers come down with the interception. It was Tony Coleman on the interception. And it was Eufaula taking over there at the 28-yard line. Tigers picked up a first down before their drive stalled. And then Faith had their best drive of the night. They went 66 yards. 66 yards in 9 plays before ultimately missing a 33-yard field goal and giving the ball back over to the Tigers. From there, it only took one play. I'm sorry, the Tigers moved it 7 plays, 49 yards in 7 plays to before ultimately kicking the ball back to Faith and pinning them back deep inside their 5-yard line. After a first down, Faith's drive stalled, and they had to punt it back to the Tigers. It's kind of a shank from the punter, giving Eufaula a good field position at the 46-yard line of Faith. Merritt took the Tigers only one play. They ran a flea flicker, and it was Browning Anderson hitting his senior wide receiver, Aurelia Slaughter, for the 46-yard touchdown. After the Wingate extra point, the Tigers led 14-0 with 7:05 to go in the second quarter. Faith picked up a first down and 18 yards on their next possession before punting it back to the Tigers. Tigers took over their 28-yard line. They moved it 72 yards in 7 plays, with the touchdown coming on a 20-yard run by Red Harris, a play where he really would not be denied. He went straight up the middle, met a Faith player about the 5-yard line, and just kind of took both of them into the end zone that last 5 yards. Tigers kicked the extra point. Wingate was good. 21-0 was the score with less than a minute to go in the first half. But then the Tigers kind of pooch kicked it deeper than usual. They kicked it kind of back down to the 15-yard line on the near sideline. Tigers got down there, covered it well. There were 5 Tigers all around the ball carrier, but none of them made the tackle. He broke free, outran the Tiger defense 85 yards to the end zone. That came with 39 seconds to go in the first half. That's where we stand, 21-7. The Tigers lead the Rams here at halftime, but the Rams will receive the second half kickoff.
A couple of scores before I go into some stats here. Gulf Shores leads Charles Henderson 24-0 at the half. Headland leads UMS Wright, identical score to ours, 21-7. And of course, it's 21-7 here. The Tigers lead over the Faith Academy Rams. Faith Academy in the first half had them for 12 rushes for 57 yards. They were 4 for 8 through the air for 26 yards with 1 interception. I gave them 83 yards total of what I had on that, but they had the 85-yard kickoff return. They had more yards on the kickoff return for the score than they had offensively in the first half. 168 yards total if you had that kickoff return in there. The Tigers were 23 carries on the ground for 195 yards on the ground and 2 touchdowns. Red Harris scored on a 20-yard touchdown play, and Moss scored on a 4-yard touchdown play. The Tigers were 3 for 7 through the air for 65 yards and 1 touchdown, and that was the long pass from Anderson to Slaughter that put the Tigers up. A little bit more on the Rams. So that's where we're at halftime. That's a quick rundown of the stats. Keith, I mean, second half, the Rams are going to be coming out to make a statement on this first drive of the second half. Tigers needs to bow the neck and find a way to stop them. And it's, I don't know. I'm sure the Rams want to get it to number 7. They want to pass the ball. They showed that on their first possession. But they've had success with King, the big running back. He's got 6 carries for 32 yards. He's been the one to hurt the Tigers the most.
Yeah, and, it was a 21-15 final last year. Faith was victorious. They had an interception return for touchdowns. They had a non-offensive touchdown in that game last year. They got the kickoff return here late in the first half here, but the Tigers only mustered 15 points in that game last year. They scored 21 in the first 24 minutes tonight. So Eufaula, has control of the game at this point. Of course, Faith, if they score a touchdown here on this first possession of the second half, that changes complexion. They would go from 3 scores down to only 1 score down. But Eufaula's offense has had success. You don't put. They're on pace for over 500 yards of offense in this football game, and that is in a high school football game playing 48 minutes. That's a high output offense. So Eufaula offense has been successful all year. No one has really shut down the Tiger offense all year. If the Tigers just take care of the football and put some points up here in the second half, I'll call it 2 touchdowns. The Tigers get to 35. They're in pretty good shape.
Well, you got to be surprised. It was one of the best kept secrets in this area this week is Mitchell. I guess he was a game time decision, but you got a D1 receiver with well over 1,000 yards receiving, and he's unable to go tonight. The Red Harris steps it up, 15 carries for 134 yards. And I tell you, overlooked a little bit in that is Browning Anderson. He's got 5 carries for 48, but it seems like every time we needed a big play, it was Anderson breaking free and picking up the first down.
Anderson picked up 2 first downs on third down runs, and he had an 18-yard run, I think, on the second down and long play on that last touchdown drive. So, I thought at the time we scored a little early, but, we had done a good job of shutting their offense down all game. So it was just unfortunate that we gave up the special teams touchdown. But the Tigers still lead by 2 scores, up 14 with a score of 21-7.
And it was so it was just weird is the best way to say it, because the Tigers kind of went safe. They did the pooch kick, and it was one of the mediocre pooch kicks down, I don't know, 20, 25-yard line, something like that. I guess it would have been if it was 85. Yeah. Was it the 15? So
yeah,
okay,
15.
And it looked like about 5 guys just converged on him and it hit him all pretty much at the same time. It looked like it was said and done, but somehow he popped out the other side, and then there was really nobody left except Wingate. And then how weird is that? I mean, Wingate was the only one. He was trying to slow him up, and maybe they said Wingate turned his back to. I didn't see that part of it, so I hate to say, but. I mean, that's kind of weird that you would see a flag come out and then it not enforced. But nevertheless, both sides had touchdowns called back to that point. So you would have hated it for the Rams. But, it did look like they definitely made contact on Wingate.
Well, they did. And then you throw a flag and then you pick it up. You just don't see that happen in high school football that, where you don't have the – you don't review. There's no review on penalties anyway. But
well, you don't usually see it in the playoffs. Now, we know that you might go down and be playing someone at their place or something, and hometown officials or something. You've seen stuff like that through the years. Sometimes it happens. Usually at playoff level, you don't have those issues, and it really wasn't. I'm not saying It appeared to be a block in the back, but it's fine. Faith scored. It's water under the bridge. These officials have done a good job up to this point. I'm sure a lot of folks aren't happy because they've had a touchdown call back. We had a touchdown call back, but I got to be honest. I think we were guilty, and I think they were guilty on both of them called back. But now the kickoff return, maybe a different story, but it's water under the bridge. We got a second half to play. You got a 14-point lead. If Faith is able to come back at your place and beat you, then you did something awful wrong.
Well, that's right. And as we said, Tigers came out and played a good first half of football, except for one play. That was the kickoff return for touchdown. Otherwise, 21 offensive points and over 250 yards of offense in the first half is an excellent first half for the Eufaula Tigers.
And don't get me wrong, Faith is strong, big, scrappy. They can get back into this ball game, man. And very well coached. But, it's funny how tables will turn sometimes like that. You look like you had him down and was going to go into the half with a 21-point lead. And I'll be honest, I was sitting here looking because about the time we kicked off there, I looked down and I thought, okay, Headland's winning 21-7. We're winning 21-0. And I looked up and Gulf Shores was winning 21-0 at that point over Charles Henderson. So I was like, wow, I know Charles Henderson had to go down there, but Gulf Shores is a very good team out of this same region down there that Faith played tough in the regular season. I think it was something like 21-7 or somewhere.
Just a moment.
16,
I'll give you that score. I had it here earlier.
We don't have a score on BC Rain and Demopolis.
31-16 was the final in that game.
31-16. So, yeah, you got 15-point differential there. But
Faith turned the ball over several times in that game. They had a interception that was returned for touchdown. Gulf Shores returned it for a touchdown. And they had at least one or two other turnovers in that game.
Just as usual, there's always good teams comes out of the Mobile region. You got to think Viger, if they wouldn't have had the forfeit, that would have been another one right in the mix. I guess I don't know how the tiebreakers shape out. Maybe it was UMS Wright that wouldn't have made the playoffs if Viger wouldn't have had to forfeit a game. And they upset a number 1 seed from, I think it was Region 4. Clay
Chaltville.
Clay Chaltville. So yeah, just a very good.
I'm sorry, Central Clay County. Clay Chaltville 6A.
That's right.
Yeah.
Well, which we've called that name until recently. We've gone up, and that's kind of something we saw tonight when you saw them running it right at us, and we quickly came out of the 3-man front. We saw that a lot when we were briefly in 6A because of the count situation, and now back where we should be. That's something that plagued us there. We just didn't have the size up front, and that worried me a little bit tonight. Looking at Faith, they've got some big boys on defense, some big boys on offense, and they play hard. And if you think back, the field goal that they missed, the drive that stopped,
they ran straight at us.
They did, but I think it was the big guy Jackson that jumped off sides that kind of backed them up. They did overcome that penalty, but they were really rocking up until that point, and that's kind of where it stalled right after that.
That's right. And so, I'm sure we'll see a steady diet of that and some passes, and they're going to probably make a greater effort to get the ball in the hands of Goodwill. He is a very good-looking athlete. He scored multiple touchdowns against Eufaula last year. He had a long touchdown against Gulf Shores. Some of the highlights I saw. He's a very good ball player, 6'3", 190-pound senior for them, and I'm sure we'll see them try different ways to get the balls in his hands. We've seen the shuffle pass, we've seen tunnel screens, we've seen a little fair pass out of the backfield to him. So look to them to continue to try to get the ball in his hands.
Well, it's going to be a very important first series on the second half, just momentum, because if they can make it a one-score game, their defense is going to come out and try to stop the Tigers 3 and out. If the Tigers can do that to them and keep them from putting points on the board, that's more time off the clock, and you got to feel better about it. But look, if you're a Eufaula fan, I'm just here to tell you this Faith group, we did good to keep their offense out of the end zone. They got 7 on a special teams play, but don't be surprised. I think they may put some points up here in the second half. Tigers just need to keep doing what they've been doing on offense, keep Red Harris, Browning Anderson going, picking up first downs, and continue to put points on the board.
And rekindle the enthusiasm they had. You saw the offensive lineman for Eufaula really jumping around and excited after some of those runs that Harris made. Harris was over 100 yards rushing in the first half. I mean, outstanding game for the senior running back. And as you said, Anderson, the quarterback, with almost 50 yards on the ground, 48 yards for Anderson on the ground. So the Tigers, I didn't hear the total rushing numbers, but it had to be around 200 yards rushing.
195.
195 on the ground in the first half for Eufaula. So a good plan by Coach Darrell Jernigan and the Tiger coaches, Coach Cornegay, the offensive coordinator. A great game plan tonight, and the offensive line doing a great job opening up some running room.
I got to be honest with you, when they came out and they were in basically a 10-man front the first couple of series, and we had our number one D1 receiver standing over here on the sideline, didn't even have his helmet on. I was a little concerned because I was thinking they're going to shut down the run, but kudos to that offensive line and Eufaula for finding a way to that ground game opened up so much more.
Yeah, that's right. Early on, they were, Eufaula picked up 2 yards on first down, then they came back with 8, I think, and picked up the first down. Then they 2 yards on the second first down play, and then they picked up 9 for a first down. It was kind of feast or famine early on with the Tiger running game, and then they really found some running room. That first drive, 37-yard run by Harris to really open things up, and ultimately it was Moss taking it in on that inside counter play for the Tiger touchdown from 4 yards out.
Well, you called it. If you look at Harris's runs, it was 2, 8, 2, 1, 9, 37, 9, 3, 3, 3, 26, 4, 1, 6, and then 20 on a touchdown. You think you've got him hemmed up for 2 or 3 plays, and then he breaks one.
So it'll be Hado Salas back out to kick the ball for the Tigers. So where does he kick it here? You got Goodwill standing back at the 11-yard line. You certainly don't want him to catch the ball. Do you kick it away toward the sidelines from him?
I tell him to put it in the end zone if he can.
He's going to kick a low line drive. It's going to be caught at the 10-yard line by Goodwill, looking to return it back to the right side. He's going to be He's going to be hit, and my goodness, we're going to hold on to him this time, and we're going to take him down after they'll give him forward progress to the 21-yard line, but was that number 24, Jalen Wright, the sophomore, got a hand on him, and he just held on.
He put a saddle on him and stayed on there until help arrived.
So good job by the Tiger kickoff team. You think that might have been talked about a little bit in the halftime locker room. 12 minutes. Well, I guess 11:51 to go here in the third quarter. 21-7. Eufaula leads. First possession here of the second half for Faith. They'll come out with a slot to the left, one wide receiver split wide right, one back in the backfield with a blocking back. It'll be King at right tackle or right end. He'll be taken down after a 2-yard gain.
Just a good total defensive tackle there, and that's what you need on a guy like King is he'll push the pile forward, but you follow with several folks on the tackle, keeping that to a 2-yard gain.
The forecast didn't project it dropping any, but it feels a little cooler here as we begin the second half with Eufaula leading 21-7. Second down 8, 3 receivers to the wide side left, one back in the backfield is Harris. He will take the handoff with some running room. He'll break the line of scrimmage. He'll have a first down as he crosses the 30. He'll take it to the 32-yard line, give him 9 yards on that carry, and a Faith first down. Kind of the way Faith came out on their second possession, just a steady diet of the big running back, King.
Eufaula was a little confusion that time. They had too many folks on the wide out, and they were shifting in, and I think they left a slot open right there where he ran and picked up the first down. A little confusion on defense.
There's going to be King once again, running room again, same play. He's going to pick up good yardage again up to the 39-yard line, just a bowling ball going through there. They'll spot him about the 30. We'll see where they put him to put it down. They're going to say the 39, 7 yards on that carry. Edwin King, a 5'11", 215-pound junior running back. Daltrey, the quarterback, calling for the snap. He'll take it. Nothing fancy. He hands it to King again. King up to the 45, 44-yard line. That's going to be counted off at 6 more yards. Another first down for Faith. Just a power running game from Faith here to start off with. Four plays, 4 runs, 25 yards, averaging a little over 6 yards per rush is Faith on this possession to begin the third quarter. 10 minutes exactly to go here in the third quarter. 21-7, Eufaula leads. Daughtry calls for the snap. He's going to throw a wide receiver screen this time. Good blocking on the outside. It's complete to number 2. He's into the open field. He's going to be tackled finally in Tiger territory inside the 40-yard line, about the 37-yard line. So another first down for the Faith Rams.
Just what they needed to do coming out after halftime. They're moving the chains.
That play looked like it was going to be a much longer gain than it ended up being. I was concerned it was going to be a touchdown. They held it to about a 19-yard. What did you have on that?
20.
20, okay. Handoff inside of Stabler, who scored their only touchdown so far tonight. He's going to go forward for 2 yards. Shamarion Smith with the tackle for Eufaula.
Tigers getting some fresh folks in there. A couple of them with their hands on their hips. 6, 8. Takes a lot of energy to tackle those big boys.
Daughtry calling for the snap. He'll take it. He'll hand it to his big running back this time. It's King, who spins down to the 31-yard line.
King is
going to bring up 3rd down and 3.
We had Lyman standing there waiting on him, but when you reach out and grab him and he has a full head of steam, he's going to go 3 or 4 more yards forward. You got to lower your head and get some momentum going when you hit the big guy. 3rd and call it a short 3, long 2.
8:31 and counting here in the third quarter. Tigers leading 21-7, but Faith on the move down at the 31-yard line of Eufaula, 3rd and 3. Daughtry will take it. He'll hand it to King, who's going to be tracked down the backfield. They're trying to bring him down. They will bring him down short of his first down. He'll be brought down just inside the 30-yard line. The first down would come, looks like, about the 28. So it's going to be 4th and 1 after the 2-yard gain. Tigers had a player come free in the backfield, just could not make the tackle of the backfield. Good hard running by King to get back across the line of scrimmage and pick up a couple of yards. But 4th down and about a yard, maybe a long yard here is about just outside the 29. The first down should come about the 28. Faith
tried to draw the Tigers. Now they're getting a play from the sideline. 16 seconds on the play clock.
4-man front for the Tigers. They're going to hand it to King. He's going to have his first down easily as he sweeps the left side. He's going to be tackled at the 20-yard line. He needed 1. He got 9. I don't know how they blocked that, but they sealed the end and got him around the corner clean that time, as it was a short yardage situation. I think Eufaula thought they were going to run it up the gut, up the middle, and maybe they stunned it inside, but it was completely open around the end. So 1st and 10 for Faith at the 20-yard line of Eufaula. All but one play on this drive from Faith has been on the ground, been a steady dose of the big running back King. 7:07 and counting here in the third quarter. As Daughtry takes it, he'll hand it to King again. He's going to break the line of scrimmage. He'll take it down to the 15-yard line. This looks a lot like that second possession that they had where they just gutted the Tigers until they got into the red zone. And then the Tiger defense kind of bowed up. Ultimately, they did score a touchdown on an 11-yard pass play that was called back for a lineman downfield. The Tigers had done a pretty good job on 1st and 2nd down before the pass play, forcing a 3rd and 7. Here it's 2nd down and 5 from the 15. It's going to be Stabler in the backfield. Now, a little more speed from Stabler. They'll actually have a lineman lined up in a wing back as a blocker. They'll hand it to Stabler, who's going to sweep the right side. He's going to be tracked down and finally be tackled right at the line of scrimmage. Good job stringing that play out. Stabler has a little more speed going to the outside. One of the Tigers a little slow to get up here. He is going to get up, though. It'll be 3rd and 5. So a good play by the Tiger defense, Doug, on that 2nd down play holding that to no gain. So 3rd and 5.
Can't believe there's no sideline warning over there.
So Stabler will line up on the left side of Daughtry, the quarterback, who calls for the snap on the 3rd down play. Going to hand it off to Stabler again. Tigers are there. He's going to be short. He maybe has a yard or two. Give him a yard on that play. It'll be 4th down, 4 yards to go. So the Tiger defense stiffens once again in the red zone, Doug, after they had driven it down the field in large chunks. It'll be a 4th down decision here. They've already missed one right hash kick tonight from about the same spot on the field.
They're sending in King. Nobody's gone out yet. Play clock down to 22 seconds.
5:15 and counting here.
King will be in for this 4th and call it 4.5.
He picked up 9 on 3rd and 1 a moment ago. They spread the Tigers out this time. 2 receivers wide to the left, 1 split to the short side right. King, the lone back, he'll get it. He's going to try to run around the right end. The Tigers are there. They're going to bring it down. He'll lose 3 yards on the play. Back to the 16-yard line. The Tiger defense holds. The Tigers will take back over, still leading by 14, 21-7, 4:52 to go here in the 3rd quarter play. What a big play from the Tiger defense.
That was one of those things you just sell out. Everybody in the stadium knew who was going to get that ball right there. And I guess Faith coaches had enough faith in him to give it to him and let him try to pick up the 5 yards, but the Tigers were there and dropped him for a loss. 1st and 10 for the Tigers with 4:52 to go in the 3rd. That is a lot of time on that drive.
Hand off to Harris. He gets through the initial wave and crosses the 20 to the 21-yard line. So give him 5 on that play. 12-play, 63-yard drive by Faith that comes up empty. They took over 7 minutes off the clock.
Fred picking up good yardage there as he's done. You can tell that turf toe's still bothering him a little bit. He just can't cut like he usually cuts, but he's running hard.
Going to hand it off to Harris. No, it's going to be Anderson keeping it. Had fake me out. He's going to pick up the 1st down and more. Still running is Anderson across the 35 to the 37-yard line.
17.
That is 16 yards on that play.
You know, Anderson that time was cut off. He pulled it. I thought he gave it to Red, and then he broke loose from a tackle in the backfield. Their defensive end had his hands on him, and he was unable to bring him down, and Anderson just ran right behind Harris. Harris stopped running after about 5 yards, turned around, and there was Browning running by him down the field.
So the Tigers, 3:56 and counting here. Big drive for Eufaula to try to take some time off this clock after a time-consuming drive by the Faith Rams on the previous possession.
Give that defense a rest.
4 wide receivers, 2 to either side. They'll hand it to Harris. Harris up the middle. It's been a 1-2 punch for the Tigers between Browning, Anderson, and Red Harris carrying the ball. Give Harris 4 yards, almost 5 on that play. They'll spot it down just across the 42-yard line. It's almost 5 yards on that gain, but we'll officially call it 4. Call it a 2nd and a short 6.
3 minutes and 15 seconds, clock rolling here in the 3rd quarter.
Tell you, Doug, it's been they've done a good job running that zone read. I'm not sure if they're reading that or if it's a designated give or keep, but Anderson's done a good job with it. Going to give it to Harris up the middle this time. He's in open field. It's a foot race. 1 man to beat. He's at the 15, 10, 5. It'll be a touchdown for the Tigers. 58 yards. 58 yards for Red Harris, and the Tigers go up 27-7.
I was just fixing to say they've changed their defense a little bit. They had the 4-man, 5-man front, but they went to a 3-linebacker set, and they really spread the linebackers out wide in the right behind the men up front. And that time it made a difference. As Red broke the line of scrimmage, he just ran down the field behind a lineman who was dodging the safety back and forth. Red just finally broke off the block, and a big touchdown, 58 yards. Puts him over 18 carries for 201 yards.
R.W. Wingate point after touchdown. That kick by Cooper is good, and the Tigers lead 28-7. So, Doug, it looked like we might have had a 1-score game here. What a turnaround. 84 yards and only 4 plays all on the ground. 16-yard run by the quarterback Anderson, and then a 58-yard run by Red Harris.
Let's hope that defense was that's long enough for him to get a breath. Let's go down to John Wayne and get an update down there and see if the defense is ready to go back out. John Wayne, what we got?
That was a perfect opening quarter. Let them use up 7 minutes and get no points, and the Tigers turn around and get 7 points. And yeah, I think that defense is ready. I mean, they've been off the field for 2 minutes solid, but I mean, they sat down, they saw the film, they drank some water, and they're ready to go.
Well, you got to start with a kickoff return here, and I'm sure that Jarrell's told them if they run another kickoff back, you're going to run till my tongue hangs out. So
that's right.
And remember, the Tigers are doing this without Antron Mitchell, the outstanding senior wide receiver who has over 1,000 yards receiving this year for the Tigers, and he has not played not one snap in this football game. Hado Salas going to drive it into the end zone for the touchback. That ball into the end zone on the fly. It'll be 1st and 10 for the Rams from the 20-yard line.
Yeah, that's big. I mean, to have him, he's been hurt a lot this year, to come out and put it in the end zone like that, that's big. I mean, I wasn't the only one sitting here holding my breath again on the kickoff returns here. Faith has done a good job, but he puts it in the end zone, so the Rams will have to start at their own 20-yard line.
14 minutes and 47 seconds left in this one. 2 minutes and 47 seconds left to go in the third quarter. The Tigers with a 3-score lead, 28-7.
28, 29, 39.
3 receivers to the left side. One back in the backfield is going to be, I believe that's going to be King this time. Quarterback Daughtry is going to throw it. He has a man out there, and it's a good play by the Tiger defense. Recovering late was
he's begging for a
Jave Williams. He might have got there.
Well, he ran backwards into Jave Williams. The ball was thrown short. Now, if that ball would have been thrown and hit him in stride, it might have been a different story. They used King as a distraction that time, trying to go deep. Quarterback's coming out now as he got hit. Number 11's going out. Number 10's checking in. But King had 43, about 50 yards, between 43 and 50 yards on the last possession. But they get away from him here, now down 21 points. They got to make up a lot quick. New quarterback.
3 receivers left, one back in the backfield, still King. And
whistle?
They're going to be, I don't think they were set. I really don't think they were set. They were moving.
Was it the wideouts? Yes.
Yeah, they were moving right up until the snap of the ball.
Well, a new quarterback, and I'll be honest, I don't even know that he looked over and made sure they were set. So,
it's Slade Sullivan. He is a senior also. Senior quarterback, 6 foot, 165.
And he was going back to pass.
On 2nd and 15 now. Sullivan will take it. He'll hand it to the big man, King. King will be tackled by Jaquavius Moss after a gain of 4 to the 19-yard line. Tigers would be content to let them run the ball for 4 yards. I know every 4 yards would give them a first down, but they kept it for over 7 minutes on their opening possession of the half and came up empty with a mostly running attack. 7 minutes of possession here within this game as we're under 14 minutes and 9 seconds to go in the game. 2 minutes exactly to go here in the third quarter. 3rd and 11 from the 19-yard line.
No backs in the backfield. That's an illegal formation. They don't have enough folks in the backfield.
Yeah, they don't. I don't think the officials caught it. They're going to throw a screen pass.
Boom!
Good play. Coming out of the secondary. Thomas Hill got there about the same time. They were trying to throw a quick little flood route out here to King. I guess it wasn't really a screen pass. He kind of released out into the flats like a flood route. You follow with an injured player on the field. He's kind of
14.
Yeah. So,
quick update. Gulf Shore's up 31-0 over Charles Henderson now. I should have asked him. I was texting a minute ago what the central score was. He's up and being helped off the field now, but he's pretty much doing it on his own. Minute 45 seconds left in the third quarter here. Franklin texted me and said that UMS Wright scored in 2 plays to start the second half, what we were trying to avoid here. So that's a 21-14 game down in Headland now. Headland leading.
Kind of hard to beat Terry Curtis. He is a.
There's a reason he's got all those victories.
Yeah, he's a good chess player on the football field. I tell you, he's tough to beat. There's a punt, back deep for the Tigers. Nakai Steele calls for, makes a fair catch at the 44-yard line.
Ooh, and how nice is that this year not to see that ball hit and just continue to roll. We've seen that for a couple of years in a row, and it saves a lot of yardage. Tigers with good field position out at the 44-yard line. They'll start with 1 minute and 40 seconds to go here in the third quarter.
Doug, I tell you, the offense has been clicking tonight. Points here.
The defense has done a great job, too. It was only a special team play that Faith has scored on.
Handoff of the middle.
Look like Slaughter, maybe.
4-yard gain to the 48-yard line. We'll see who gets up. I believe it is. It's the sophomore, Torian Slaughter. We're going to come up with a nickname. Markia Harris has the nickname Red. We got to come up with some kind of nickname for Torian Slaughter. We'll have him for another couple of years here. And he's got a different gear from a speed standpoint, but he is.
You know, him and his brother.
It's his brother, yeah.
Both the last name we call him Slaughter. Slaughter, you know, with that kind of name, you think defense, but those guys are pretty good running backs.
Hand up to Slaughter. He breaks into the open field. He slips down trying to cut it. We've seen a couple of guys slip here tonight. You know, maybe some dew on the field. I don't know, but it will be a first down as he gets into the 44-yard line. That is an 8-yard gain. Slaughter was thinking touchdown there as he was trying to cut back hard inside. He was in the open field when he slipped down, but it's a first down for the Tigers.
He's the sophomore, but he's the fresh legs in there. That was his first 2 carries on the night. And so fresh legs in there picks up first down. Tigers taking their time now. Still 20 seconds on the play clock, 30 seconds on the game clock.
If the Tigers keep it on the ground, that should be the final play of the third quarter. Snapping it with a 1st and 10 from the 44-yard line of Faith. They lead 28-0. Does Eufaula? 28-7. 28-7. The Tigers lead. Going to be a handoff of the middle. Jalen Wright, the other sophomore running back, keeps his feet. Boy, Jalen took a big lick, but he kept his feet. Takes it all the way inside the 20 to the 16-yard line. That's a 28-yard run from the other sophomore running back, Jalen Wright. My goodness, he showed some power on that as he took a big hit, kept his balance, and he lost his stride. The pursuit was able to catch up to him after he maintained his balance, but what a run from Jalen Wright.
He took a pop from a couple of folks, and it looked like it was just going to level him, but they went down, and he kept going. Just a great run there by Wright, and puts the Tigers in the red zone at the 16-yard line. We'll keep it right here as we change quarters and go to the fourth quarter. Tigers lead 28-7 over the Faith Academy Rams. Crowd gets up and applauds the Tigers as they've done a great job. Just one kickoff return snafu, and other than that, they've been able to keep the Rams off the board. It's been an impressive running game attack from Faith. I think they came in wanting to pass. You know, I mean, they came out to start with and tried to throw the ball around a little bit, but the quarterback, he went incomplete, and then the interception kind of rattled him a little bit. So they went to the running game, and it's been impressive. But the Tigers have been able to bow their backs when they get into the red zone.
And I'm not sure. We talked about early on that Eufaula's quarterback Anderson didn't seem as sharp through the air as he had seen a lot of the year. I'd probably say the same thing for Daughtry. I watched some highlights of them this year, and he was pretty crisp throwing the football against Viger, against Gulf Shores. He's not been on target tonight very much.
Well, and he went out about 3 plays before that drive ended for them on the last one. We'll see if Sullivan comes back in for them.
1st and 10, Eufaula from the 16. It'll be a handoff to Wright. Once again, Wright breaking the line of scrimmage. He'll take it inside the 15. He'll push his way down around close to the 10-yard line. We'll see. They'll spot him just short of the 10, but give him 5, almost 6 yards on that run. And Jalen Wright looked good last week. He had a 49-yard touchdown run. in that game last week, just his second touchdown of the season, but he hasn't played much other than garbage time, and he is looking good here on these last 2 carries for the Tigers. It'll be a keeper this time by Anderson into the end zone. No, untouched. Great Anderson from 11 yards out. A great read, and the Tigers score again. They lead 34-7 with 11:26 to go here in the fourth quarter of play. 56-yard drive from the Tiger offense. 5 plays all on the ground. And Doug, the Tiger offense, we may have to do a post-game show tonight to give you a total on the offense, because the Tigers with 261 yards of offense in the first half. The Tigers have 140 yards on the last 2 possessions here in the third quarter. So the Tigers up over unofficially around 401 yards of offense here in the game tonight. The R.W. Wingate point after touchdown. Cooper will kick it up. Cooper Wingate is good on the extra point. 35-7. The Tigers now lead with 11:26 to go in this second round playoff game from Tiger Stadium here in Eufaula. Tigers took over with 1:40 to go in the third quarter. That was a 2-minute, 14-second drive for the Tigers. They kept it 2 minutes and 3 seconds on the previous drive. A 4-play, 84-yard drive, all on the ground, culminated with a 58-yard touchdown run by Red Harris. That 11-yard touchdown run by the senior quarterback, Browning Anderson. Tigers, if you tuned in late and are surprised by the score, the Tigers have done this without standout senior wide receiver Antron Mitchell, who went out of last week's game with a lower extremity injury. He's dressed out on the sidelines, but he has not played at all in this game tonight.
Wallace handles the kickoff duties again.
Ido kicking it high and deep. It'll come down the 3-yard line. This one was going to be Stabler on the return. The Tigers able to corral Stabler at the 29-yard line. That's where Faith will take over, trailing by 28 in this game.
While I have a minute, I failed my duties. We're actually missing Charles Irvin tonight, as he's got the grandkids on the Disney cruise tonight. So kudos to Charles. He'll be ready to come back after a couple of days. We got Jimmy Simmons filling in with us on the camera tonight. Remember, he cannot show the game, but he's doing a great job with our commercials and keeping us straight, kind of running a little engineer and producer role over here tonight. It is going to be, I think that's Sullivan out at quarterback.
Going to drop back, look at the throw. They're going to throw it. It's going to be nearly intercepted. It was Thomas Hill diving in on that ball that fell incomplete.
I say Sullivan. I think that's who you told me his name earlier.
See.
We do not have a roster.
It
so
is
we have
Slade Sullivan.
Slade Sullivan.
We got it. We've got it pulled up on the computer here, but
it was a good hard pass. But the Tiger, if it wouldn't have been low and away, Tigers would have picked that one off. 2nd and 10 for the Rams at their own 29-yard line.
Remember, this Faith Academy Ram team went to the state semifinal last year before losing to Charles Henderson. Run by King this time up the middle. He runs very hard because he had a good hole to run through that time. He picked up 7 yards on that play. 3rd down 3 for the Rams. I'll keep the clock rolling, though, with 10:55 and counting here.
That gives King a hard 17 carries for 84 yards tonight.
3rd and 3. Sullivan, the senior quarterback, takes it. He'll give it to King, who is met in the backfield. He is driving forward, but he only gets back to the line of scrimmage. No gain on that play. It'll bring up 4th down and 3. Well,
it's kind of season on the line with 10:28 to go. They're looking at a 4th and still call it 3. It's a long 2, probably closer to 3 yards. They're going to go for it here on 4th down.
No choice, trailing by 28 points. Slot to either side, one back in the backfield. Going on a delayed count is Sullivan. Now they're going to look to the sideline. Look for him to go for it anyway.
They just as well bring another blocker in to snap it straight to King.
Going to hand it off to King. He's going to take it forward for his first down. He found a hole. Tigers met him at the point of attack, but good hard running and a 215-pound running back. He needed 3. He gets about 5, and it'll be a first down for Faith. Clock running under 10 minutes now, 9:52 and counting. Eufaula leads 35-7. If you were just joining us tonight, they led 21-7 at halftime. Quarterback going to throw. He
was across the line of scrimmage.
Yeah, but he threw a lateral backwards. You can do that.
Okay,
It's like the old Oklahoma option.
Turned out good. So, I don't think he realized Sullivan saw somebody beating down on him, and he just
it was a 10-yard gain as it turns out.
It's a good play. Turned out. Good thing it was backwards, and I think you're exactly right. Sitting here, it probably was a yard or 2 backwards. So heads-up play there by Sullivan picks up a first down for the Rams.
First and 10 in Tiger territory from the 48-yard line. Sullivan's going to get pressured. He's going to pull it down now. He's keeping his eyes downfield to throw it. He throws it, and it's complete. Good low throw.
About 9 yards.
Number 9 is not on our online roster. So it's a 9-yard gain on that play, but that inbounds pass play keeps the clock running. 8:45 and counting.
A quick update. Headland goes back up 28-14 now over UMS Wright. Jackson Williams has 3 passing touchdowns.
Of course, they have that big tight end down there that's
going to Mississippi State, I think.
Sullivan looking to throw. He's going to be Goldsmith is chasing, but it's all upper level, higher numbers that are providing chase. Sullivan with pretty good speed. Slade Sullivan goes out of bounds at the 35-yard line. That'll be good enough for a Faith first down.
It's all right. It's slow coming, little at the time, and that clock's got WD's 40 squirted on it, and it keeps counting on down.
8:16. The clock is stopped on the out-of-bounds play, but it'll be first and 10 Faith from the 35-yard line of Eufaula. Eufaula leading by 4 touchdowns, 35-7.
Which one was it? Update from Demopolis and BC Rain. Probably Tigers' next opponent, 7-6 Demopolis in that game. Tigers taking a timeout. Coach Jernigan didn't like what he saw. Let's go down to John Wayne and get an update on the sideline. We're going to talk to John Wayne in a few minutes. What's up, John Wayne?
Yes, sir. What I've noticed is their starting quarterback still on the field. He's out as a wide receiver on the left side, but he still seems to be holding his rib. So that hit he took done some damage to him at quarterback position, but he's still on the field as a wide receiver.
You know, he plays some defense as well. He was in at safety on that 58-yard touchdown run by Red Harris earlier. So they had several of the skill guys are playing on both sides of the ball. The quarterback, Daughtry, King plays on the other side as well as Goodwill. But
they just put some time back on the clock. It was 8.
It was 8:16 when he went out of bounds. So they actually lost 4 seconds here because it's 8:12 now.
Well, it was down to 7:59, and I saw their coach pointing up there at it. The officials quickly put time back on the clock.
I don't know how it slipped off. There are officials up here running this clock. So first and 10 from the 35-yard line of Eufaula is the Faith Academy Rams. They call for and take the snap. It's going to be King looking to sweep the right side. Tigers are there just going along for the ride. That time was Lamons, the defensive end. He grabbed a hold, but he didn't have any leverage. He grabbed a hold of his waist and just got drugged for 6 yards.
Welcome to the playoffs, Thomas Hill for the Tigers. He's filling in for Ben Jackson tonight out there. That time the Tigers, they had a guy riding King on that play, and Hill come up and hit him, and he still knocked Hill backwards.
Hill had a very good tackle on a sweep play earlier, though. He's done a good job filling in. King on the open field, my goodness, a shoestring tackle. Let's see who made that. Jaquavius Moss. Moss just prevented a huge gain as King was breaking to the outside. He might not have scored on that play, but he'd have had 10 or 15 more yards as he tackles him at the 26-yard line. It's going to bring up a 3rd down and 1 after the 3-yard gain. But, Doug, he broke free, and if not for Moss, it'd have been a big gain, maybe even a touchdown.
I tell you what, here, if I was Faith, I'd take the quarterback out and let King take a direct snap and give him an extra blocker. He's awful hard to stop.
7 minutes to go in the game. 3rd and 1. King gets it at the left tackle. He is in the open field, headed for the end zone. He's going to finally be tackled inside the 10, down around the 4. So
21.
So 22-yard gain for King. And Faith is still looking for their first offensive touchdown of the night as they scored on an 85-yard kickoff return with 39 seconds to go in the first half of play. So the Tiger defense has done an outstanding job. They picked up yardage in between the 20s, but haven't scored yet. First and goal from the 4. It'll be King once again around right in. He's going to be into the end zone standing up. That'll be a Faith touchdown with 6:24 to go in the game, making the new score 35-13.
23 carries for 124 yards for King and a touchdown now on the books. Did you say he was a junior?
Yes. 11-play drive for Faith.
I wonder if we could offer Mom and Dad a job up here before Gulf Shores does.
Hey, we know that.
I said it.
Well, I mean, it's all legal, I guess, right?
We don't
there's some really nice apartments being built right behind the visiting stands over here. There's a point after touchdown that's up, and it's good.
So,
is there any sporting goods?
14,
I don't think we got any sporting goods companies in Eufaula, though, do we?
35-14 is the score now. Look for an onside kick coming from Faith, but the Tigers did a good job of making them burn a lot of clock there. It's just hard to stop King when he's wanting to go. I tell you what, he's a load down there. Let's go down and talk to John Wayne about just how big he is of a running back. John Wayne, could you take him?
I tell you what, not only is he a big running back, he's a patient running back. He reminds me a lot of that Jacquez Hunter up at Auburn. He kind of waits and sees where his hole's at, and then he hits it as hard as he can. But hey, we'll find him a job now. I know some people that's hired.
Well, I tell you what, he's had a few more trips to the dinner table than Hunter has. I think he's a big, strong young man and does a great job. He for the old school folks of Eufaula that's here. If you think back of the Valley days when it was 3 yards in a cloud of dust, they always had that big back that was going to pick up 4 to 6 yards every time he touched it. That's what he reminds you of.
And for folks that are listening to us that don't normally listen to us, we are just totally saying everything we're saying in jest. So don't get mad. Don't call the state.
It wouldn't be the first time we got called to the principal's office.
But we're just kidding. But, y'all are very well aware of the things that are happening down in the Twin County area, I guess, of Mobile and Baldwin County, down there close to the coast.
Well, and it's just going to get worse. I mean, they got Orange Beach building that new facility, so Faith can recruit, but, it still makes things difficult.
Brownie Anderson is going to recover this onside kick for Eufaula at the 43-yard line of Eufaula, 6:21.
In Faith's defense, they get punished with the 1-3 denominator, that they have to count. But if they're going to, some of these things that have seemed to have gone on in some of these places, they shouldn't be penalizing the private schools for recruiting if they're letting some of this other stuff go on. Slaughter,
Torian Slaughter, the sophomore, for 2 yards. They're stopping the clock with 6:12. Not sure why. Okay. Well, they started the play clock, but the
game clock's rolling now. It goes under 6 minutes to play. 25 seconds on the play clock. 2nd and 8 for the Tigers at their own 45-yard line.
It would be nice for the Tigers to pick up a first down or two here and take this clock on down some.
Faith has gone back to a 5-man front, and I started to say a tight 3 linebackers, but now it's only 2 as they have to come out and cover the slot for the Tigers.
Their band's playing while the Tiger offense is on the field. Slaughter up the middle. He'll be really close to his first down. My goodness.
Oh, not a good spot.
What a terrible spot. I mean, he fell up around the first down.
Yeah,
they
I thought he had the first down.
A full 2 yards. I don't understand.
Maybe
we
they
haven't
came down.
complained about anything tonight. The officiating's been pretty straight down the middle, pretty good. That was a bad spot, folks. He fell down around the 47-yard line. They spotted him back at the 49.
Well, it's okay if we pick up the first down. It's all good. It just burns that few more seconds. They're blitzing. They got a four-man. Actually, it's four-man front, but both linebackers are coming on this one.
Going to be give to
wow.
Oh, Slaughter showing some determination and breaking tackle. No, I'm sorry, that was Jalen Wright, the other sophomore that time. I knew Wright.
That was hard running.
He got down to the 44-yard line. That was a 5-yard run on 3rd and 2, and my goodness, we got 2 more years of this kid. He is showing up big here in this game tonight.
I tell you what, it's nice to. I mean, you got several good running backs. They stand over here on the sideline, gritting their teeth, wanting to get out there. So when they get the chance, they really want to make something happen.
4:22 and the clock rolling here. 35-14. Eufaula leads. Right, once again, breaking through the line of scrimmage is Right inside the 35, down to the 34-yard line. Give him 33-yard line. It's 10, maybe 11 more yards and another Tiger first down.
Who was that? Right.
That was Right once again. Give him 10 yards where they're going to spot it down, but it's still good enough for a first down.
Quick update up the road. Central Phoenix City leading Auburn 42-18 at the end of the third quarter.
Not only that, Doug, it is 9 o'clock Central Standard Time.
Wow.
This is almost a record with all this running we've seen from both teams tonight.
Under 4 minutes left. We got out here at 9 o'clock last week with a whole second half running clock.
3:40 in the clock counting. It's going to be Slaughter this time. Breaking the open field. He is gone. No one will catch this man. Touchdown, Tigers, from 34 yards out. The sophomore running back, Victorian Slaughter, quick as a hiccup. 3:32 to go in this game. The Tigers have broken open. They lead 41-14.
Oh, I'm fixing to give that to his brother. Boy, you better keep me straight
number
there.
2, a Torian. 34 yards.
54 yards on 5 carries for that young man tonight. Yeah, forgot about Perry Denard's very capable also. Hadn't seen him.
Wingate in. He's going to miss this one. He kind of shanked it off to the right. Don't know what happened there. But 41-14. So 57 yards on that drive. 5 plays, 57 yards. Doug, I tell you, we can go ahead, at this point, we can talk about next week.
We're on the road either way. So
going to Demopolis or to BC Rain.
And it was 7-6 Demopolis a few moments ago.
Carroll went to Demopolis last week without their starting quarterback. Came up 3 points short to Demopolis. So, but it's going to be a road trip either way for Eufaula next week. Either going down to BC Rain. This Faith team defeated BC Rain 29-21 earlier this year.
Tigers a little late getting out on the field. Let's see, 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. They do have 11. It's going to be Solace kicking off for the Tigers. Had to make sure we've got a couple of folks out tonight, so we had to fill in some holes real quick.
Solace will boot it away as a high kick. It's going to come down to Stabler at the 10-yard line. He has a kickoff return for touchdown already tonight, but my goodness, what a good tackle by Tony Coleman. Bringing him down at the 31-yard line. Just a textbook tackle that time from Coleman.
That's I thought it was number 7, but it was actually number 5, Stabler, like you said. And he had a big head of steam. Good job by Coleman chopping him down.
2 minutes and 45 seconds on the last Tiger drive. We said a 57-yard 5-play drive culminated with a 34-yard touchdown run by the sophomore running back, Atorian Slaughter. 1st and 10, Faith from the 31-yard line. Sullivan looking to throw. He's going to have time. He's going to let it sail deep. He has a man there. It's the other quarterback, Daughtry. He just over. It was a nice, tight spiral. Showed a very good arm as he threw that ball about 60 yards away in the air, but it was just about a yard too far. As unable to catch up to it was the wide receiver, Daughtry. 2nd down 10 now for Faith from the 31-yard line. Jimmy, you can flip that down and talk to me while Doug's going if you want to. I'm going to tell you what, I'm very impressed with the Tigers' effort tonight in this ball game against a tough Faith Ram football team. Sullivan going to look to throw. He's going to throw it late just as a check down over on the far side, kind of bring it back across, just really know where to go.
Yeah,
going to lose a yard on that play. 3rd down. Well, they're going to give him the line of scrimmage. Well, no, they spot it. Let's see.
I done marked -1. So
yeah, we'll call it 3rd and 11. They've been a little indecisive here of late on spotting the ball. As we said on that last Tiger possession, they missed the spot by about 2 yards on that second carry of the drive. It turned out not to mean anything. 3 receivers to the wide side right for Sullivan, the senior quarterback. He'll take it and hand it to Harris. Harris is going to break tackles. He's in the secondary.
Ooh.
He'll finally be tackled by Shamarion Smith. Good to see Smith's back in there, but it'll be a 1st down for Faith after a 17-yard run. Under 2.5 minutes to play, 2:20 and counting here. 41-14. The Tigers lead in this one.
Unofficially 24 carries for King on the night for 141 yards as the clock rolls down to 2 minutes.
Sullivan looking to throw. He's going to be pressured, and it's going to be tackled for a loss. It's going to be
the ball came out.
It's going to be
late.
Lamons, the junior defensive end that time, bringing him down for a big loss back inside the 30-yard line at the 28-yard line.
Wow, that was a bunch.
Well, it was from the 47-yard line. That's a 19-yard loss on that play. Good play by Lamont. Showed good speed and control that time just to close down on him.
Quarterback was trying to throw it away. He looked like Spider-Man there as he just wrapped him up, and there was nowhere he couldn't get rid of it.
3-man front for Eufaula. They've been chasing Sullivan around here in this last couple of possessions. They're going to hand it off to Harris. Harris is going to be hitting the backfield. He's trying to break a tackle. There's 3
King.
Tigers that finally get him down.
That's King. Got him.
It's
King. Got him
King.
for a yard loss.
Well, I was trying to get the number of the Tiger who wrapped him up initially. It was Tyreek Ivory. Did a good job.
Yeah, some couple of new folks. Clock under a minute now. It says 3rd down. Would that be correct?
It is. It's 3rd down. 3rd down. The 1st down would come all the way down to the Eufaula 43-yard line, but this will more than likely be the final play of the game. The fans here, you can hear kind of getting ready to celebrate a 2nd-round victory for this Eufaula Tiger football team. It's going to be King. He's going to be brought down at the line of scrimmage. 20 seconds on the clock. That should be the game's final play. I think Faith's going to be content just to walk off and let this clock run out. 41-14, Doug. I never would have thought that we'd have seen a 27-point victory here tonight.
Great effort by the Tigers. I'm telling you, that's just outstanding that they showed up, picked up right where they left off after the first half last week.
So if you combine these 2 games, 106.
Well, we could have put 106 up last week in 3 quarters if we'd have wanted to.
But 106-33.
Well, and I'm gonna tell you, Faith looked the part. They'll be back. They got us last year. We get them this year. A big, strong, well-coached team. Great season for them. I mean, they finished. I guess they were 3rd seed, and they advanced the first round. had to make the trip here. And actually, no, I guess
they were
two seed. I'm sorry. And had to make the trip here as they did last year, but they were victorious last year. And the Tigers able to come out victorious 41-14 over a tough Faith group.
And good sportsmanship. We haven't seen the line and the shaking, the slapping of the hands or shaking the hands. And I'm watching these Faith players they come across, and very good sportsmanship on their part. I know they're disappointed, particularly their senior class. They've got quite a few good players that they will lose after this game, and one in particular is Goodwill. And surprisingly, he was not a factor here in the second half as we predicted he would be. We saw a steady diet of King, who will be back next year. We've seen the Tigers and the Rams play the last 2 years in the postseason. Could happen again next year potentially. But tonight, the Tigers are victorious on the right end of the score, 41-14, as the Tigers advance to the third round of the playoffs. They will take on either Demopolis or BC Rain. They will either be on the road in Demopolis or on the road to Mobile to take on BC Rain. The Tigers last traveled to Demopolis, Doug, maybe 25 years ago. You and I did the game on the radio, whenever that was. It was in the late 90s. I remember going over to Demopolis, but it was a long time ago.
Yeah, it's been a while. I know they've made some changes since then. They've been very successful, but they did almost get upset. You don't know if they were kind of caught sleeping. They're taking on a tough BC Rain team tonight over there, and apparently if they serve and hold on in that game, we'll be going there. But you gotta like the odds. The Tigers have finally broken after it's been used to the second round didn't bother us at all, but for some reason here the last 8 or 10 years, the second round is our bugaboo and has tripped us up every time.
But big win for the Tigers, and we said we'd have stats, but the Tigers, we know, over 400 yards of offense.
Let's get John Wayne and Coach Jernigan down there. They're waiting on us. I'm sorry.
Go ahead, John Wayne.
That was a perfect opening third quarter. They drove up. They eat 7 minutes and got no points, and the Tigers took it and went on and scored. I'm going to give you the headset. Let you talk to the guys.
Coach, first of all, congratulations. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Your players were dialed in tonight. They were focused. Your offensive line played with enthusiasm, and they imposed their will on them. I would never have thought it. They had a size advantage of us on us in the trenches, but the offensive line, hats off to them, and the running backs ran as hard as I've seen all year.
Yeah, like you said, offensive line played tremendously well. We thought coming in that we had advantage up front in the offensive line in the trenches, like you said. Yeah, they was bigger than us, but offensive line, I mean, them boys nasty. They've been playing well all year, and we told them last Sunday that we coming right behind them. And tonight, you see, we got a 3-headed monster back there with 3 good running backs, and Marquay Red Harris and Torian Slaughter and Jalen Wright. He pretty much showed tonight that he can tote the ball. Jalen Wright, that is. But I got a 3-headed monster back there, and we're going to ride them till we can't ride them no more.
Hey, and don't discount Browning Anderson. I don't know. Let me ask you this question. We could save this for the coaches show, but is he reading on that zone read? Because he made some tremendous runs and big times on third down several times tonight.
Yeah, he's reading that. And like I always said, we're going to go as far as 12 takers. If 12 get in the run game like he did tonight, then he could also throw it. We're going to go as far as he can take us, and he played an outstanding game tonight. Outstanding.
Well, I'll tell you, Coach, I don't know if you realized it, but you had Red Harris, Slaughter, Anderson, and Wright all averaged over 10 yards a carry.
Oh, man, that's good. And that's not taking away from our defense. We was a bend, don't break defense tonight. We gave us some run, but we knew coming in they wanted the big play to 7. They always set up the big play to him. They run. And we stuck to our game plan by giving them up 3-4 yards. As long as we don't give up the big play.
Well, good job on that. We mentioned that because they ran the ball on that second possession in the first half down until they got in the red zone. Then the defense stiffened and forced the missed field goal. Then the same thing happened that first drive of the third quarter. They drove it down the field pretty easily until they got to the red zone. Then the Tiger defense stiffened once again, held them on downs. Coach, just a complete game tonight. I would say one breakdown, just that kickoff return, which was kind of a fluke.
Right.
We had him, but then he slipped free. But other than that play, Coach, outstanding game all the way around, all 3 phases.
Yes, sir. We did.
Go ahead.
I said, yeah, we played a good game, all three phases, special teams, offense, defense. I couldn't be more proud of this team. They've been playing hard all year for me. And for them to advance to the third round of the playoff, that hasn't been done since '06. I'm so proud of them.
All right, Coach, just a couple of updates. Headland beat UMS right tonight, and it looks like we'll be going to Demopolis. Last report we had, they were up by a touchdown, or let's see, we just got a report 13-6 in the fourth quarter. Demopolis is leading in that ball game.
All right, that's good to know. Good. Thank you for that update.
All right, thank you, Coach, and we'll see you on the Coach's Show on Thursday.
All right, thank you. Go Tigers.
Tigers.
Yes, sir. I appreciate it.
Look, I tell you, you know, I started to say it during the game, but if you go back 12 weeks ago, maybe 13 weeks ago, Tigers were down opening the season on the road at Enterprise. Enterprise, they playing the second round of the Class 7A playoffs tonight. Don't know how they're doing, but Tigers took one on the chin in a big way that opening game. And, you know, we were a little despondent on that ride home and didn't know what to expect. But turns out Enterprise was a lot better than what we thought they were at the time. And this Tiger team has grown up a lot. A lot of young players, first-year starters, first-year quarterback. Never played the position before, but he's had an outstanding year. You saw it tonight. And, boy, this team has improved from that first game to this game that we saw tonight, maybe more than any team I can ever remember. They put on the red and white.
They've done a great job. And, you know, there again, it was supposed to be one of them rebuilding years, and they grew up quick down there at Enterprise. I mean, they took one on the chin, but there was some guys on a big stage for the first game that was out there on the field for the first time, and they rebounded very well from that, and has done a great job here. They've for it supposed to be, you know, a rebuilding year, and it didn't look good to start with. The Tigers have now won the region, which they hadn't done in a while. We were second so many times, got past this second round, and got a little momentum. Everybody seems to be peaking kind of at the right. Some injuries is hurting us, but peaking at the right time.
Well, don't even we mentioned this several times during the game, but Mitchell, no Antron Mitchell tonight, which was really big, and we only hope he'd be ready for next week.
Oh, you think about it. Usually he's the deep threat that loosens the defense, and you know he's usually good for 100 yards a game or so, and he didn't even get on the field tonight. Plus Ben Jackson, he comes up big with interceptions and plays on the defensive side. He was out tonight, so maybe they'll be back next week.
Well, hopefully so. But either way, no matter where we go, whether it's Mobile for BC Rain, as we said, Demopolis leading late in that game. We did get a score update on Enterprise. They're leading Mary Montgomery 10-7 with 5 minutes to go in that game. So
now they better hold on. Dothan was ahead late in that one, and Mary Montgomery found a way to come back and win. So
yeah. So anyway, I don't know. John Wayne was looking up this way. I don't know if he's got something else he wants to share with us or not.
We'll go to him.
I asked Coach, was Demopolis still up 7-6, and he said he thought they won. So I don't know if that game's going to final or not. He was thinking Demopolis is going to be our trip.
Hey, John Wayne, I saw Antron Mitchell walking on the sidelines down there coming off. Did you have a chance to get any kind of update on him?
No, but I mean, he was running up down the sidelines all night, riding a bicycle. I mean, I think we didn't need him. I mean, I think it was just a good opportunity to help him get well.
Yeah, well, I think you know, based on what you're saying and what I saw and witnessed, hopefully he'll be ready for next week because the Tigers will certainly need him as they go forward.
Yeah, he was running up and down the sidelines, not just walking. I mean, he was jogging, running, riding the bike. I mean, I think it was just a good opportunity to let that knee heal some more.
Well, good deal. Well, folks, good big win for Tigers here at Tiger Stadium. On the road next week. The Tigers are not guaranteed another game here at Tiger Stadium, so we know we'll be traveling next week. It all depends on who wins what game after this.
Which could work out good if I'm not sure. I'd have to look at the bracket, but somebody was telling me, and it very well could work out that way. We kind of thought this may be the last hurrah here at Tiger Stadium, but if Gulf Shores wins, depending on who wins right up under them, if they're at home again next week, they would have to come to us in the fourth round if we were able to get that far, which would be great. To, you know, if you're taking on the best team money can buy, you want to do it here.
That's right. That's right. So anyway, folks, for we missed Charles. Hope he enjoys his vacation with the Grands, and we appreciate Jimmy Simmons pinch hitting for us tonight. John Wayne on the sideline, Doug Applin. I'm Keith Bryan, wishing a good night and a great weekend. Go Tigers!